Tonight from Fenway, the Red Sox invite the defending world champion Houston Astros to Boston on a Friday night. This one features two of the best pitchers in the American League and two of the American League favorites to win it all. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway. Great of you to join us tonight. I'm Dave O'Brien, my partner, the Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. Garen Austin coming your way in just a couple of moments. Eck, great way to kick it off. Outstanding pitchers duel. David Price is back in, and Garrett Cole will go for Houston.
Well, first of all, we're so lucky that David Price isn't out for the rest of the season. You're talking about a ball 100 miles an hour back at him. His last start gets him in his left throwing wrist. This is incredible. The fact that he made a play on this and made an out. That's the last time we've seen David Price. And now he's going to go back out. He was throwing the ball so well, and the team has responded to him so well. You see on the season he's won 14 games. He pitched against Houston a long, long time ago. That was a good game when they split that series. But you think about what this club has done with him. They've won 17 out of the last 19 starts. They've won 10 of his last starts at home. So this team really responds when he takes the ball. Hopefully they can do that tonight.
It's been pretty remarkable how consistent they've been in a win column, and Price has been on the hill. And without Price and Sale, the Red Sox just went 5-2 on the last road swing. A lot of shimmying going on the bases for the Red Sox because a lot of big hits up and down the lineup on that road trip. And now it's the Houston Astros in for 3 big games here at Fenway. Toyota.com. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Amica Insurance, auto, home, and life insurance that always puts you first. Kenyon Grills, the official grill of the Boston Red Sox. The all-new 3-row Subaru Ascent featuring all-wheel drive. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. Very pleasant summer night here into September for the Boston Red Sox and the Houston Astros. The Astros, as we toss it down to Garen Austin, an outstanding all-around team as well.
That's right, Obi. The Astros have won 5 straight games, and they have the best road record in the majors. Alex Cora talked about what a test it will be facing this team.
They're playing good baseball. Since Jose came back, it's a different lineup. Obviously, Alex right now is like the hottest hitter in the world. They're a complete team. It's a different bullpen now. They got some options out there with Osuna and Rondon throwing the ball the way he is. Joe Smith, Tony Sip has bounced back. You know, he's a lefty that is getting lefties out. You know, he's doing a good job. It's a complete team. We facing Cole and we had Keuchel and Charlie's coming back. You guys know how I feel about that team. It's a complete team. They can do a lot of stuff on the field. They playing great defense, a lot better than last year. I think the progress that the shortstop have made defensively is huge for that team. He's playing Gold Glove defense this year, which is impressive. And we'll see. I mean, we went there banged up a little bit, and we split the series against them. And like always, we're going to show up here and try to win the series, and then we play Toronto.
The Astros also lead the majors with a 3.08 ERA and will have a challenge facing Garrett Cole tonight. But when we return, David Price is back on the mound here at Fenway Park for the first game of this Red Sox-Astros series. Dave O'Brien and Dennis Eckersley have the call.
On the Red Sox, your local New England Ford dealers. Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? LL Bean. If it's outside, we're all in. Be an outsider. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. And by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. David Price on a bump tonight, looking for his 15th win. Here's the Astros lineup. It'll be George Springer to lead it off, followed by Jose Altuve. Alex Bregman's already driven in 96. Carlos Correa at short, Tyler White the DH. Yuli Gurriel at first with Josh Reddick in left, former Red Sox there. Martin Maldonado does the catching, and Jake Marisnick is the center fielder, number 9 hitter. Against the Sox pitcher, presented by New England Audi dealers, David Price, 14-6, a 3.60 ERA. Now Price exiting after his last outing of just 3 innings on August 29th. When he was struck on that left wrist with a line drive. 3rd time this season he's been hit by a line drive.
I mean, that one, though, on your wrist, your pitching wrist, I mean, he is so lucky he didn't break his wrist. You know, and he made the play.
Yeah, he recovered to get the out.
Yes, it was amazing.
Well, he's ready to go. Let's give you a look at the defense.
Yeah, the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They have made 61 errors on the season, 2nd in the American League. Around the infield, Nunez at 3rd, Bogaerts at short, Ian Kinsler 2nd, Mitch Moreland at 1st. Out in the outfield, Andrew Benintendi, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Mookie Betts. And right behind the plate, Sandy Leonkich and David Price.
Umpires brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Brian Honora is the crew chief. He has the plate. Hoy, Rackley, and Walcott around the bases. And we are set to go game 1 in a much anticipated series here in September. And the first one from the lefty. Swung on and popped up. Racing out Kinsler, coming on Mookie Betts. And the catch made by Kinsler. Mookie kept on coming. That's 1 man out. And we're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compra2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
That was a frightening play right there. This is a nice play by Kinsler. Luckily he doesn't give up on it, but Mookie's still coming. He comes all the way. I mean, whoa. It's not routine by any means.
2 Gold Glovers. A little dicey at the outset. Here's Altuve, former MVP, hitting .318 with 10 home runs. He's having a good year, an all-star year. He's had better seasons, although he is 3rd in the batting race behind JD Martinez and Mookie Betts, who are dead even, hitting .335.
You know, last time we saw David Price, he wore out that outside corner against the Indians, if you recall. And the umpire gave him some pitches on the outside corner, and he's deadly if he gets that outside corner. You see where he is on the rubber first base side.
Well, he has one of his wins against the Astros earlier this season at their place. And the Red Sox split the 4-game series. The Red Sox have been almost automatic when he pitches. That disappeared. 2-2.
Boy, that cutter has been so good for him. It really has. That ball starts off the plate and just nips the outside corner as Altuve swing underneath it.
Alex Cora, the former bench coach, of course, for Houston. Spent a lot of time with their side before the game, chatting up old friends. That'll be in there for strike 3. That one froze Altuve. Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, great price for auto, home, and life insurance.
Well, this is surprising. 2-seam fastball pretty much down the middle, and you see Altuve just gets frozen. That's kind of hard to believe he takes that pitch.
That'll bring up Alex Bregman, having a great year. 298, 29 homers, 96 driven in. He has reached base in 33 consecutive games. Longest such streak in the majors.
This little dude is having some kind of year. Look at that thing. That ball's outside, but it looks good, doesn't it?
Like you said, he got some of those pitches against Cleveland, and he kept going out there.
Why not?
Of course. Bregman 2 for 5 with a home run against Price in his career.
Before it was just the reverse. He was pitching, right-handers pounding them inside. Remember? I mean, pounding him to the point he was hitting guys. That one game he hit 3 guys in 1 inning.
Two down, bases empty, just getting started.
Here we go. Yes. Oh.
Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Look at this. Bregman, the last 17, hitting .446. He's hit 6 bombs and he's driven in 21 runs.
Price took a walk off the back of the mound because that was strike 3.
It was.
Yes.
It's on the corner. He didn't get the call.
You never see him do that.
So to count 2-1.
I mean, this ball has got so much plate. This is the pitch before that one. This ball's strike all day long. And I guess that's a better than barking. You might say, you're showing the umpire, guess what? I got to have it. I need it.
It's a silent protest.
Yes.
3-1. And Bregman is on with ball 4.
Oh,
see, he is not happy. Should have had him.
I'll tell you, it gets to you. That's why you can't, you've got to have a way to calm yourself down, whether it's screaming or whatever. Try not to show the umpire up. But
what was your mechanism for that?
I kind of had a way of looking at the umpire like a double take, like he knew I needed it. But when you really get crazy, you start barking like I gotta have it out loud.
I think what Price did was very smart there.
Yeah, I agree.
He may have vented, but it wasn't in the umpire's grill. Brings up Carlos Correa. 245, 14 home runs. Our player profile presented by Verizon Wireless. Here's what David Price has done against Houston in his career. 6-2 with a 2.95 ERA. He's been very tough on him. including out of the bullpen in the playoffs last year.
He was tough. He had extra hair out of the bullpen.
In there for a strike. Well, Correa's numbers have been down this year. He's spent time on the DL. A lot of their guys have, but he loves to come to Fenway.
Yes, he does.
Bregman, the base runner.
Did you hear Cora say that? He said Alex is having a bet. What did he say? He said, did he say Correa was having a better defensive year?
Yes. He felt like he had improved there.
Okay, which I didn't know he was bad. I mean, wasn't, you know, Gold Glove caliber to begin with.
And I think that's what he's thinking. He's moved up to that level. 2-1. He's out with a sore back. Between June 26th and August 10th, he missed 36 games.
Well, he and Altuve out at the same time. That was a killer.
The reigning world champs. Well, they have won 5 in a row, so right now they're playing well. They're 12-3 in their last 15. A.J. Hinch, their outstanding manager. 3-2. Stanford man, 4th season and coming off a world championship.
I think they gave him an extension. I saw right.
And very deserving.
Yes, absolutely.
He's become one of the top managers in the game and as a pretty serious guy in the other dugout who is a very serious student. Taking a lot of those principles, those theories here to Boston with great success. Three-two runner goes, and he struck him out. Right on the black at 90 miles an hour. 2 Ks in the inning for the left-hander Price, and the Red Sox are coming up. Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts to start it. Then it's Benintendi. Martinez is the DH. Bogaerts, Moreland, and Kinsler. Nunez at third. Sandy Leon catching. Jackie Bradley in center field. Facing right-hander Garrett Cole, 13-5. One of the top pitchers in the league with a 2.86 ERA. Two of the very best in the league going toe-to-toe tonight.
Oh, he can get it up there. This guy can throw 100 miles an hour. He's having a great year. Coming over from Pittsburgh. They changed him a little bit, and he took to the change.
And a base hit. He beat the shift into right center field, and Mookie Betts is on with a quick single.
Let's take a look at the Astros defense. They are #1 in the American League. 56 errors on 140 games around the infield. Berkman playing third, Perea at short, Altuve at second, Gurriel at first. Out in the outfield, Josh Reddick at left, Jake Marishnik in center, George Springer in right. Behind the plate, Martin Maldonado catching Garrett Cole.
Benintendi 292 with 16 home runs. You realize the Red Sox have not scored a run in the first inning in 13 straight games. That's their longest such streak of the year. Although they've been incredible when scoring first. Sox coming in with 97 wins, 97-44, a 9.5 game lead over the Yankees, who are in Seattle tonight facing the tough left-hander Paxton. Got to figure the running game is going to be exceptionally important this weekend.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to use everything they've got. Red Sox have so many weapons. They really do.
Mookie with 27 stolen bases.
It's a good time to get on Cole. Anybody that has that kind of gas has to find their way into this ball game. We faced him opening day. Was that a couple last year? Was it opening day
Yeah,
when he was
in
Pittsburgh?
Yep.
Benintendi hit a 3-run bomb, a little 3-run Johnson off him.
Yeah, he's 1 for 5 off him with that home run, and he fouls that one off. I don't know about you, Eck, but I am in a lingering state of shock over what the Red Sox did in Atlanta in the last game. And I know the Sox have come from behind like nobody's business all season long. They've shocked a lot of opponents, but that one was a different level of stunning.
That was over the top.
7-1 in the 8th inning.
But that's the way it's been going with bullpens. They were knocking bullpens around. Started in Chicago a little bit, right? With the White Sox, they.
Yeah. But you know, you put out a bomb squad lineup. Not to say you're conceding anything, but it's a bomb squad lineup. It's a noon start, last day in Atlanta. You've already won the series, and you're down 7-1 in the 8th inning.
But you got a great bench.
Got a great bench.
You got a great bench, man.
Yes.
And he used it, didn't he?
Runner goes, and that one knocked the other way for a base hit into left. Mookie's going to try for third. Here's the throw. He's safe. Oh, that's daring.
Thank goodness. I mean, anything that to me, thank goodness he's safe, period. Ball play is right in front of him. This is a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He just smokes it the other way. I mean, that ball's hit hard. Reddick's got a great arm. Ball's there. He beats it. I guess you love that aggressiveness because he's on the run there and he's feeling so good about himself. So he thinks he can get the third. He does, but once again, you better not be out.
And I know what you're saying.
You better not be out, and he's not, so that's a great play.
That old adage, you don't make the first out at third or home plate. I get that, but that's Mookie Betts.
Yeah. Hey, you're 9.5 games up. I mean, let's go for it.
Red Sox showing right away they want to push the pedal here on Houston. So here comes JD Martinez. A very quick RBI chance for the top RBI man in baseball with 115. Into right, that's going to be 116. Springer will make the catch. Mookie comes trotting home, and the Red Sox strike first here tonight. 1-0.
What a great statement right away, isn't it? It really is, even though it was so risky to take third there by Mookie, but 1-0 right away off a really tough pitcher. Looked like a slider or something that he gets the head on. He doesn't even hit this ball that well, but even when he doesn't hit it that well, it's probably 360. It's all you need. The sacrifice fly leads the world in RBI.
So first time in 14 games the Red Sox score in the first inning, and when they score the first run, they are 64-11.
That's like historic, almost, that number.
Benintendi back. Xander Bogaerts batting fourth tonight. 1-0 Sox.
I mean, as a pitcher, you got two guys on. You know Mookie could run, and then Benintendi could run. It just bothers you.
Mookie Betts was running on the base hit, but how many guys take third on that play?
And you're talking, Reddick has one of the best arms, and it's a short, it's right there in front of you. He's in shallow left field. I mean, that's beyond aggressive.
It's fun is what that is.
Yeah.
So Mookie crossing the plate to make it 1-zip. Xander hitting .281, 19 homers, closing in on 100 RBIs this season. He's at 89, which has already tied his career high for a season. In there for a strike at 95. Xander with a little 3-game hitting streak. And look to check, which he does so well, but that's a swing and a miss according to James Hoy.
You don't see that very often.
Time to see who's been driving the ball, presented by Toyo Tires. Sanders last 17, 297, 15 runs batted in. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. Take a look at that side swing.
He always checks. I say it all the time. He's hard. I don't think he went.
That's a check swing.
That's a check swing. He always checks it. I've never seen them ring him.
You shouldn't have seen it there.
Right.
Two and two. Garrett Cole, an all-star this year at the age of 27.
Going to be 28 tomorrow. 27's over.
His second all-star campaign. Also an all-star with the Pirates 3 years ago. He's a big strikeout guy. He's third in the majors behind Scherzer and Verlander. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Here's the throw down. He tried to get around it, but he is out. And that's a strike him out, throw him out double play. So the Red Sox score first, 1-0 after 1. Play.
Well, Cole just blew away Bogaerts. Just look at Maldonado. This throw is just waiting for Benintendi. You didn't think he got that good a jump to be thrown out that far.
Tyler White at 295 with 11 home runs. He's hit all 11 of his homers and all of his RBIs in the last 34 games. And he's got a world-class beard.
He reminds you of Gaddis when you first look at him because of the beard and the stance a little bit.
Yeah, he does. Evan Gaddis. Yuli Gurriel on deck, and then Josh Reddick. Red Sox up 1-0. This guy really crowds the plate, but in there anyway.
Boy, he looks good tonight. I tell you, back and forth, velocity, command.
Two and two. In a moment, we're going to show you why Mookie Betts felt so confident about going first to third on the base hit to left field by Benintendi.
It all makes sense now.
It was a smart judgment call because of where Bregman, the third baseman, was.
Yeah, something went into that. You know, it's so aggressive. Nobody out. Play in front of you. Reddick got the ball. It's not that far of a throw.
But great instincts by Mookie.
It's all about the shift. That's what draws you into that.
3-2. Popped him up and foul out of play.
Once again, you go back to why Mookie went. He's off to the races on the pitch, and you see right in front of him, you can see Bregman has to run to third base. You know, he's backpedaling into third base. A good throw probably has him, but that's a tough play for Bregman to make. He sees that, and that's a smart play, and that's why he did it.
Moments later, a sac fly, 1-0. And a payoff pitch to White. Swings right through it. Change up to Phantom. Third K already for Price.
You see the body motion on this changeup. It looks like he just tried to throw it as hard as he could, the action, but you see the three fingers takes a lot off of it. He recoils like he just brought it. Meanwhile, that's a changeup, 3-2. Great pitch.
Gurriel, the first baseman, checks in at 275, 10 home runs. For the Astros, their first visit to Fenway since the 2017 ALDS, which Houston clinched here in Game 4, 5-4. Up the middle, base hit. So Gurriel is on, wide turn. He'll settle for the single. Let's toss it down to Garrett Austin.
Thanks, OB. Well, Alex Cora made the announcement today that Dustin Pedroia will not be back this season. Pedroia spoke to reporters and said it's hard, but he's had 3 procedures in 10 months and he needs to do what is best for his career. It was also revealed today that Pedroia had a procedure back in July to remove scar tissue that was causing his pain. Now, Pedroia will remain with the team as he continues to rehab and do whatever he can to help the team win. And guys, he said he is confident he will be back and ready in 2019.
Well, great news there with Petey. And good to see him back in uniform, even if he's not going to play anymore this season.
Yeah, we didn't know he had that procedure back in July. I think if we had known that, we'd have known for sure that he wouldn't have been coming back.
Yeah, there was news today.
Right.
Josh Reddick, former Red Sox outfielder, 243, 13 home runs. He's got 7 of his home runs against left-handers. One on and one out. 1-0 Red Sox, and the 1-0. Astros, like the Red Sox, are an excellent road team. They're 47-21 on the road. That percentage is the best in the majors. The Red Sox are 1 win away from 50 wins on the road.
Imagine going 50-50 road and home. It's unheard of.
They can do that.
Yep.
Red Sox have never done it.
Who has?
Oh, that got the umpire.
Oh, that was staggering.
We'll see if Onora is okay. Sandy Leon.
Man, he had his face in there big time, and you see it just staggers him like he got knocked in the chin, like somebody just punched him right in the chin. Look at his head is right in there, and it even ricocheted off of Leon's mask himself, slowed it down. It still stunned him. Watch, boom.
double mask job, and Brad Pearson, Red Sox head athletic trainer, coming out to check on him. The third base umpire, Quinn Walcott, came down to check on him as well. Says he'll continue.
That's going to be sore tonight, huh? Try to eat with that thing.
You shouldn't be eating late anyway. It's not a good idea. You know, you don't do that. You eat in the middle of the game.
I could eat cereal with a bad jaw, but I don't know about anything else.
Are you a Captain Crunch guy?
Yeah, I am. Late at night.
Me big time.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-1. Boy, Reddick takes a hack.
Boy, that ball was right by him. I mean, looking fastball, you get it. He looked like he was underwater.
Maldonado on deck. Houston has a real battle on their hands. 3.5 up on the charging Oakland Athletics in the West. Runner taken off. Line shot foul. Not like he broke his bat. He did. Those A's, by the way, are playing like their hair's on fire.
They really are. I mean, everybody knows they have no starting pitching, but they're trying to get there, trying to get to the playoffs without it. They've got still 20 games left, and trying to make up 3.5 games when you don't play them anymore is going to be tough.
Yeah. They've slowed up a little bit, 5-5 in their last 10, but they're playing like a team with nothing to lose.
They kind of scare me a little bit if you have to play them in the playoffs. Something about them.
Big bullpen. 2-2. He got him. 93 away to Fan Reddick. Second K in the inning for Price.
Well, that's the fastest ball he's thrown tonight. 93 miles an hour, and I don't know, this looks funny. I mean, Reddick looks way behind on 2 swings, got jammed on 1, broke his bat. 4 punch outs tonight already.
Sends up the 8-hitter Martin Maldonado, 224, 8 home runs. You've already seen his throwing arm. He was a Gold Glove winner last year. He was acquired by the Astros from the Angels July 26th.
Well, McCann was out for so long. Is he back? McCann's back, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
Just got him back from the DL on September 1st. He had been out. He missed 50 games after an arthroscopic surgery on his right knee.
He had such a good year for them, just, you know, catching more than anything else. He's always had that power, but he had control of his staff. Especially in the World Series, you could tell how meaningful he was.
One and one on Maldonado. Gurriel off the bag, not a big lead.
Swings and misses galore. I mean, the last game he had against the Indians, there was over 20 swings and misses.
Yes.
And it's not like he's blowing it now, blowing 95 plus.
Must be deceptive.
Yeah.
Obi, yeah, going back to the A's, when we were there in April, I was talking with Jed Lowry, and he was telling me that they have some really good young pitchers, and they've got some key veterans. And he said if everyone can come together and play together as a team, they were going to surprise a lot of people, and I think that they have done that.
Well, they sure have.
Well, he's had a great year himself. Lowry, he's been, you know, just solid all year long.
Well, when we were out there, remember, we all remember there was talk about trading him.
Yes, the last couple of years has been like that.
Come the deadline, he's a guy because he's playing so well. They said, the heck with that.
Yeah,
we're trying to win the thing.
They're smart. They didn't give him up.
Price eyeing his 5th K. Ground ball instead. Kinsler to the bag, and that will retire the side. 1 hit, nothing comes of that. 1-0 Boston. Sox have won 97 or more. Last two winning 97, 2013 and 04. Sox went on, of course, to win the World Series each year. Won 97 games in 2013, 98 and 04. Well, the home plate umpire, as you saw, Brian Onora got drilled on this ricochet.
You know, we had some fun with that, but this is serious. You know, anytime you get hit in the head, and that's what happened. I don't think he feels quite right. They're going to have to switch umpires.
Now, this was between innings. Brad Pearson guiding him off the diamond, and he went down the tunnel. So one would assume we're going to go with 3 umpires the rest of the night, and that is the case because they've sent one of the umpires down in the umpiring room to put on the home plate stuff, and going to go with a crew a little short tonight, which could be a real challenge for these guys with these two lineups.
Yeah, guys running all over the place. You're trying to.
Mitch Moreland has to wait to come up to bat here. 1-0. Red Sox have the lead in the second inning. Time now for our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Which division leader is more of a challenge for the Red Sox, the Astros or the Indians? Text 1 for Houston, 2 for Cleveland. Text your answer to 536 536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote.
It's funny that they've had trouble obviously last year with Houston and the year before with Cleveland. So that's a tough little question, really. Depends on what you think about the Indians.
So a delay in the action here. It'll be Moreland, Kinsler, and Nunez.
I wonder what umpires think when something like that happens. Like, oh no, it's me. I got to go put the gear on again. Because I would think it'd be just like a starting pitcher. You know, you get ready every 4th day. You got to get the gear on. I mean, that is a hard job to do, and you don't want to do it any more than you have to.
Right.
I would think, wouldn't you?
Well, a lot of times the umpires joke about it. They say, if I'm at, 3rd or 2nd, it's what they call a night off.
Okay, right. That's what I was getting at.
First base, not so much.
Yeah.
Maybe, but certainly far easier than that job behind the plate. I mean, these guys, their blood pressure goes up before the game.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's just such a difficult job, along with the fact that you can get drilled in the head. I mean,
right.
And you got nothing to do. You can't. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, this is a glancing blow off of Leon's mask. But I bet that was stunning. This does catch Leon's. See, it got him, slowed it down a little bit. I wonder if you kind of relax. I mean, I don't know. If you tighten up your neck like that, thinking every ball's going to hit you, I don't know what's a better way to take it, So
the umpire at first base, James Hoy, is the one who went into the umpiring room, and he's putting on the equipment, which takes a little bit longer than you might think.
You got to get your big suitcase out, right? I've seen them with the giant suitcases.
Boy, in the old days, and the really old days, you go back and watch some games from the 1970s, and you still see the giant chest protectors.
Right. They'd never call the ball down with those giant protectors
because they couldn't see it.
They couldn't see it. Then the National League guys didn't have that big protector, and you'd get the low ball. That's exactly why.
That makes perfect sense.
Totally.
All these years later.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about it. The incredible come-from-behind victory of Wednesday afternoon when the Red Sox rallied from 7-1 down against a team that may very well go to the playoffs, a first-place team. It wound up a sweep, but when it was 7-1, it certainly didn't look like a likely Red Sox win, and it wound up the win of the year.
Apropos for there, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no question. And, you know, a guy who was raised there in Atlanta, had a lot of friends and family in the stands. But this is a great story. This is a guy at 37 years old who allowed himself to go to the minor leagues with the possibility of coming back to the majors. You know, a guy's been in the major leagues for, what, 16 years.
Yeah, I am so impressed with that. I really am.
That's incredible.
It is. I mean, to go back to the minor leagues. You already had a great career, 16 years, whatever it is, in the big leagues, and wanting to come back so desperately and to be with the Red Sox. He had something in mind, and that's why he's here, and it's great to see him go deep like that. You talk about back leg, and that's exactly what back legging is.
And then the lean back.
Yeah, lean back, leave earth, whatever. Take a shot. He took his shot, and he lost it. And that is just, I mean, just added on the list of what's happened to the Red Sox this year. It just goes on and on and on, and this is a great story. It really is.
Well, Brandon's got a big personality. And I saw him interacting with some young fans and feeding them foul balls during batting practice today. You see who's fresh off the farm, presented by Nellie's Free Range Eggs. Brandon Phillips on Wednesday, 1 for 3, scored 3 runs. Go ahead home run in the top of the 9th inning. Hit .302 at the Paw Sox. Nellie's Free Range Eggs are a proud sponsor of the Boston Red Sox. We love our hens. You'll love our eggs.
I mean, we all love this game, but that's a testament to really wanting to go get back to the big leagues.
Well, you know, he said playing in the major leagues for him was a dream come true, and he didn't ever want to wake up. And after he hit the home run, he said, man, I'm still dreaming.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, at one point he was lost in this game. I mean, he got traded for the Cliff Lee deal. Cologne in Montreal. He was in Montreal, came over with a couple other great players whom I'm not forgetting right now, but and then he found his way to Cincinnati. That's where he
flourished.
He flourished, exactly.
Yeah. And became an all-star there. And
Grady Sizemore. Why couldn't I remember his Grady Sizemore and Cliff Lee, wasn't it? All those three came over from Montreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
What a steal that was for the Indians.
And I mean, you know, you talk about Grady Sizemore as a name from the past. The guy who made the Red Sox a couple of years ago. Well, more than a couple of years ago. And,
right.
And then all of a sudden, you know.
He tried to make a comeback, really.
He did. After a great career in Cleveland. So the Houston Astros in town for a 3-game series. We will have games 1 and 2. Sunday night is, of course, Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. Give you a look at the schedule coming up. Nice long homestand for the Red Sox. They're home for 9 games. Toronto coming in. Tuesday night, Chris Sale is back on the hill as the opener, the so-called opener. And he likes that phrase.
That's a great opener.
It's some opener, and you know, he's going to pitch on Tuesday night and then take his turn again on the regular rotation after that and just build up to 100 pitches. That's what the Red Sox are aiming for right before the postseason gets underway.
He's got to be chomping at the bit, man. I mean, it's been a long time, and he's going to come out firing knowing he only has to go a couple innings.
And the Red Sox able to go 5-2 on that road trip without Chris Sale, without David Price. That's some accomplishment, especially when you go into a playoff-bound team like Atlanta at their place. When you come back like that, you start to put it in perspective, right? The Red Sox win that game 9-8. But they've had a lot of come from behind wins this year, sizable ones. You go back to April 8 against Tampa Bay when they were down 6 runs, scored 6 runs in the 8th inning, won the ball game 8-7. Nothing was bigger than the other day. August 10th, the win against the Orioles. That was a crazy game. Red Sox fell behind by a ton early, rallied to win.
Well, we're seeing this. You talk about the Marlins back-to-back nights, right? That's where Marlins couldn't get a win to save their life, especially the way their bullpen couldn't hold anything. And I thought against the White Sox they knocked them around. Not to say they're that good of a bullpen, but and then you see what happened with the Braves. But I think the difference this year for the Astros and their bullpen, they went out and got Osuna from Toronto, which was a very controversial move. It really was. And
there's a lot of catching up in this series. Craig Bjornson, who's the bullpen coach for the Red Sox, chatting up their bullpen. He was the bullpen coach for Houston last year.
And we saw Cora talking to absolutely everybody behind the cage.
Everybody and then some.
Yes.
Well, James Hoya is back out wearing the home plate gear. And so for the rest of the night, this game will be umpired by 3 instead of 4. pressed into duty after Brian O'Nora took a shot ricocheting off of Sandy Leon's mask and then into O'Nora's mask and really rung his bell. In the meantime, Garrett Cole will get some more warm-up tosses in. And a sizable delay here, but we're ready to get back to baseball at last. Red Sox leading 1-0 as we take it to the bottom half of the second inning. It'll be Mitch Moreland, Ian Kinsler, and Eduardo Nunez against Cole. Moreland hitting a home run back in June against Garrett Cole.
And Cole knows this ball's gone. I mean, he didn't even want to look at it. Off the center field, whatever that is, backdrop. Watch, it hits the H. My goodness. Ball's crushed.
Red Sox lost the first two games of that series and then stormed back to win the next two behind Price and Porcello.
The Red Sox were kind of limping at that point, weren't they, roster-wise, back during that series? And then losing the first two games, it was huge to win, to split that series at the time.
Yep. So Moreland ready, 249 with 15 home runs. Umpire delay was 15 minutes. Sorry, 13 minutes.
Are you sure? 13 and whatever.
Felt longer.
It did. It seemed like a half hour.
The 1-1 floated foul.
I'll tell you what, I've seen the numbers Cole has against left-handed hitters is ridiculous. They're in a $164. What, $164 left-handed hitters. Verlander's the same way. He gets left-handed batters out too. And look at, he strikes out like almost half the guys. It's crazy. You could see it against the right-handed here, you would think, right? He's got a good nasty hook that he can finish him off with. And high cheese, see ya.
98 miles an hour, and he got him. So one away in the second. And Ian Kinsler, who's a big part of the come-from-behind win in Atlanta, drove in 2 runs in that 8th inning. He's the man who tied the game.
It's nice to see him swinging the bat the way he does. I like the fact that he's hitting the ball the other way too, and he got a home run in Chicago into their bullpen, and I like when he hits it to right center.
Kinsler last 9 games batting .394.
And you don't know what it does for a veteran player to come into this situation. I mean, you take it to another level.
Got a fastball there, 96, but went through it, 1-1. One man out. They'll pop that one into left, racing out Correa. Long way out there, but 2 down. Now the comforts of home, brought to you by Bernie and Phil's. Eduardo Nunez, last 16 games at home, hitting .367. He's driven in 11 too. Right now during Bernie and Phil's Labor Day event, you choose your savings from one of 3 great offers.
Seems to be hitting in bad luck recently.
Yeah, he's 0 for his last 8. Broke the bat. Up with it, Correa. And the Red Sox go in order here in the second inning with the delay.
Sale right now. New plans include access to potential 2018 postseason games. For more information, go to redsox.com/season tickets.
Red Sox with a 1-0 lead in front of a packed house on a Friday night with the Astros in for the weekend. Jake Marisnick to lead things off against David Price. Very sharp. He has already struck out 4. Fly it into left field. Benintendi a little bit back for the out, 1 away. Top of the order now is Springer.
Marisnick, he didn't want to get deep in the count, man. He's ready to swing.
The Red Sox have won 17 of David Price's last 19 starts.
I mean, they respond when he takes the mound. They just play for him, expect to win, and they do. You talk about out of the last 48 starts, there's 35-13. I mean, my God, that's serious.
We got Springer first time up, popped him up to second.
Boy, you get that pitch in there too. He usually establishes that fastball in on right-handed hitters.
Oh, no kidding.
Or he'll put them away, mess around on the outside corner, then boom.
Big cut. 1-2. When this happened to you, if you can remember when an umpire had to leave in mid-game and the third base guy or the second base guy is now the home plate guy, the strike zone does tend to change umpire to umpire.
Yeah, he was getting the outside corner, right? And then he was upset he didn't get the inside corner once. So now he's starting all over.
And you got to know your umpires and the scouting reports on each guy. One man out, 1-2. He struck him out. Caught him looking.
Yeah, that's the guy I like. That's the guy. That's the guy I like. The guy that goes, ha ha. That's the fastball in once again. It's up. See Sandy pull it down just a hair, but that's got plate. And I got to have it. And he gets it. That's 5 punch outs. They always back off that ball inside.
Springer 0 for 2. Altuve out of the 2-hole. He struck out in the first inning.
Most of the time you knew what umpire has a big plate. Not necessarily is it the outside part or the inside part, but just likes to ring guys up. I like the guy that has that right arm that's not afraid to bring it. It's one thing strike 1, strike 2, but you got to do strike 3. You know,
umpires they like strike throwers.
Yes, and you get them going, and they just the next thing you know, you get it. Little 3 inches, whatever.
Bregman on deck. How about that? Second most called strike threes in the majors behind Corey Kluber.
That's what you call a painter. Remember, he's the one that collects those shoes. Remember that one game he had a closet full. Remember,
closet full of pairs of shoes.
That's what it is. He leads the leagues in pairs of shoes.
I thought you had been saying that for like 30 years.
Never have.
I didn't realize you just made that up.
I did. Isn't that crazy?
3-2. I've really taken to it.
I kind of like it.
It's great, but
we can't say it when we're up.
No, I figured you know
you don't say that when we're up.
That's for the opponent, but I thought you were saying that when you were like 9.
I know. You never know. Things just happen.
A young Eck, Little League.
You're talking about shoes in Little League.
Pair of shoes.
Hey, sit down. If you're on a pair of shoes.
That crowd wants another K in the book here.
Yes.
Yes, sir. In there, strike 3 again at 93. He is on. Back-to-back Ks. Give him 6. the ballpark to your local park. The outside is always better together. LL Bean be an outsider. Back at Fenway, Red Sox had 1-0. Coming to bat again, Alex Spear of the Boston Globe. Happy to have him in with us again. David Price looks terrific. He's been looking that way for a long time after making some adjustments.
It's been fascinating to watch how much his year has evolved, dating back to right around that Yankees start where he got shelled in Yankee Stadium. He said afterwards, look, I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. He did. He went back and made a number of changes to how he's gone about attacking hitters. It starts with where he's positioned on the rubber. You've talked about that, moving from the third base side to the first base side, which has given him a better angle for that, especially for that backdoor cutter, to be able to execute that against right-handers instead of pitching in all the time.
Grounded foul past the bag by Sandy Leon.
He also lowered his arm slot just a couple of inches, and at that point, some of the people around the Red Sox say that it was actually based on being a little bit more comfortable with where he was throwing his arm. We've seen him over the years going straight over the top so often, getting down to a slightly lower slot. Sometimes guys do that as they're getting on in their careers, is physically less taxing on the shoulder.
Well, I was down there to begin with, so it was hard to get on top. But it's smart. I mean, in fact, it's given him better command.
Yeah, and
not so much velocity.
And it's given him that angle that we're talking about, right? The ability to kind of what they describe as Xing both sides of the plate.
Right. Guys talk about that all the time.
They do, right. And I remember talking, and especially with guys who throw cutters, right, which allows them really to get that inside part of the plate, just have that pitch zip across the inside part, or kind of sneak across the outer edge. When he's able to complement that with the changeup, which fades in the opposite direction, or with the two-seam fastball, which he's gone to a lot, then you're able to get that X effect on both sides of the plate.
Then you drop that changeup in, and down goes Sandy Leon as he fans on a curveball, one man away in the Red Sox third inning.
We're watching guys tonight that could punch people out just to stay in shape. I mean, you think about it, the kind of talent these two guys have, but getting back to Price again, we don't ever even see a curveball anymore. I mean, he's got that changeup. To me, has been really a great pitch for him.
And he changed his usage a lot starting around that Yankee start. He had been pretty heavy with the use of his four-seam, two-seam. He had been almost a 50-50 mix with fastballs versus the changeup and cutter. And you saw him sprinkling in some curveballs, most of which were getting hit really hard at that point in the season. And since then, starting with that Royals start, he made some of those adjustments, but it was really two starts after that, his final start of the first half, where he took off and solidified some of these adjustments, where he was going first pitch changeup, first pitch cutter, completely changing the patterns that he was using. So the strikeout pitch, the finishing pitch, became that two-seamer that he's getting a ton of called strikes looking on, instead of being that first pitch that guys were sitting on and jumping on, ambushing early in the counts.
Jackie Bradley at 230 with a dozen home runs.
And the body language to me is like he's feeling it. I mean, because he knows he's who he is again or something, don't you think?
He feels, he's talked about how that first base side of the rubber is where he was for most of his career in Tampa Bay. He feels like he's throwing with the same angle, attacking hitters in the same way that he did at his best. So yeah, you're absolutely right. He feels like he's David Price again.
He said it, in fact, didn't he, after the Cleveland game?
I'm the guy that they signed.
I'm that guy, right.
That they signed for all of that money. And it's really interesting because he's doing it in a very different way. Whereas it used to be he could just attack in the middle of the strike zone and get those swings and misses when he had 95.
That'll be ball four. So Jackie Bradley is aboard. First walk in the contest as he will take his base in front of Mookie Betts. When you look at this series, Alex, size up what it means. It's still early September, but you're talking about two of the true heavyweights, among the elite teams in all of baseball. And no one would be shocked at all if they clash again in October. Red Sox looking for a far different result, but where do you put the series in terms of how big it really is for both sides?
I think that there are limits to it. It's bigger for the Astros because of where they are in the standings. They're the team that's ahead by 3.5 and in a bit of a dogfight in their division, whereas the Red Sox have already started adjusting the usage of both some of the guys in their lineup as well as some of their starting pitchers and relievers with an eye towards what's ahead in October. So the script is kind of flipped from where it was in that regular season ending series last year when the Astros had that enormous lead in the division. They had clinched in early to mid-September because they were 13 games ahead of everyone in the ALS West last year, and the Red Sox were fighting to finish off the AL East and had to just kind of absolutely empty the tank with everyone in that final series.
Yeah, but they were annoying that final series, you know, because we were trying to just get in, right? And it's like set up your rotation, sort of. They pushed. They were talking about pushing it so that we had to use Sale. Right?
Yeah, Cora, exactly. Cora was the one who said when we came in, we had a goal. We wanted them to burn Sale in game 162 of the regular season, and instead they didn't quite get to that point. But they made everyone in the Red Sox pitching staff work awfully hard that series.
In fact, it was Price that came in on that Saturday game. Punched out a couple of guys and sort of made his mark before the playoffs,
and it carried into the postseason where he was really the only guy who could just shut down the Astros lineup because that cutter was so good last year.
Benintendi on deck, Jackie Bradley aboard. Red Sox have been pushing it early, very aggressive on the bases. Well, Bradley does not run. That's a fair ball. Bregman with a long throw, going to be close. He's safe. Mookie Betts beat it. Jackie Bradley down to second.
I'm going to say, you can't be winding up. As soon as he started to wind up, I said, you've got to throw this ball now. Mookie getting down the line, and seems like it took forever to get across the diamond, and he is safe.
You almost wonder if he fumbled with his grip or something, because Bregman has a fantastic clock at third base, which we saw in the World Series last year in the postseason when he was making those great throws to home on those bang plays.
Yeah, he's got to know he had to hurry up. What a year he's had. Bregman, my goodness. He's not even talked about in the MVP.
He will be.
He will be.
He will be, because he's the most consistent guy on an Astros team that's going to have the second best record in the American League, or right around there.
He's been getting more of that in the last week or so, because he's been amazingly hot.
Numbers down the stretch are unbelievable. The numbers with runners in scoring position for the entire season are outrageous.
So 1 out, Red Sox threatening first and second. Benintendi with a base hit first time up.
See him, he knows he's deep in the hole over there down the line. He gets, let's see if he has some trouble. No, he pumps it, and I guess he's thinking he's got such a gun, he has time, but not with Mookie.
That's a mental mistake.
Yeah.
To double pump with Mookie Betts.
Yes.
A rare one by a really smart player who has drawn comps to Dustin Pedroia, not so much for his size as for his overall engine and for his game acumen.
We'll see how much it costs them. Of course, JD Martinez right around the corner. Benintendi slashing a single to left first time up.
Boy, if you're a left-handed hitter and get a hit off of Cole, that's an accomplishment. $164 coming in tonight, huh? I mean, off left-handers, ridiculous.
Really interesting to see Benintendi staying the opposite way against him in that first at-bat, which you so rarely see for him against right-handed pitchers.
Going to left again, but a flare here for Reddick. Runners will stay put, and there are 2 out. The Red Sox with a 9.5 game lead. The Yankees are out west in Seattle, and they have to face James Paxton tonight.
No easy task, although the Yankees have been a terrific team against left-handed pitching, which was some of the logic that we kind of assumed may have played into the Red Sox decision to acquire Nathan Eovaldi at the trade deadline. You look at what the Yankees have done against lefties, what the Astros have done against lefties, what Cleveland can do against lefties in Oakland. There are teams that these playoff teams are a different caliber against left-handed starters.
What are the Yankees going to do about catching? Did you see that fiasco with Sanchez the other night?
It was disastrous.
That was unbelievable. It was like Little League in the first inning. I mean, he looked like he was getting crossed up by Severino, and he wasn't.
Yeah, there have been those innings have happened at different times in Sanchez's career, and they've raised questions about whether or not he can have a long-term future behind the plate. They've stuck with him. There have been times when there have been indicators that he's doing a nice job of calling the game, but
you
have to catch the ball.
I mean, they got to go with Romine most of the time, and if they can afford to DH him, obviously he can hit.
Martinez really attacking on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-2. He had an RBI and a sac fly in the first inning to score Mookie Betts, who got to third base on a very daring play, and it paid off. Bogaerts on deck. Bradley at second. Betts at first. Got a piece of it. 97 again.
Not a bad pitch to throw. Martinez fastball as hard as you can upstairs. Little in.
That's the spot where even with that, even with that unusual ability that he has to get inside of the ball, 98 up there.
Yeah, it's not that easy there now.
We've seen him do it. We've seen him do it against some other guys on like 94, 95, and it's been something that almost no one else in baseball can do. 98 is different.
0-2 again.
Haven't seen many curveballs from Cole tonight. It's that hard slider to right-handed hitters for the most part. He probably throws a hook to left-handers.
That slider against guys who swing who have the quote-unquote launch angle swing is a pretty effective weapon. One that they really struggle with, especially if you're throwing at 92.
I mean, it's like the hardest cutter in the world.
You've seen different teams doing that against the Red Sox right-handers. You saw starting with Tampa Bay going into Cleveland. You've seen a few different teams really attack Betts and Martinez, especially Bogaerts as well, with that hard slider a little bit more at the bottom of the strike zone.
We've seen JD swing at that. He'll swing at that ball down and away.
I mean, he's not one to be shy about his swings. We talk a lot. He's such a smart and intelligent hitter, but he's not a guy he's still an aggressive hitter. He's one of the best aggressive hitters, a rarity in that he gets on base a lot, but he's still really aggressive, swinging at pitches all over the zone.
2-2. Red Sox trying to build something here in the third with a 1-0 lead.
Well, that pitch is not even tempting him because he's afraid to hang the thing. There's no way I'm going to hang that thing,
When you can locate with, 96 to 98, then you're not going to be beaten by hanging a curveball.
No
likelihood, right?
Is he going to go there again?
Boy, this is by far the slowest tempo that Cole has had against any hitter. Makes all the sense in the world. JD Martinez with 2 men on, but really slows it down.
He's not quite sure. I'd throw that high gas. But that gas, any kind of gas.
100.
Can't go wrong.
Guess not.
2 men left. Thanks for joining us.
Good to see you guys.
Alex Spear in the booth with us. Still a 1-0 game. Net jackpot at $25,000 for tonight's 50-50 raffle. Fans in Massachusetts over 18 can buy tickets at redsox.com/5050 now through the 5th inning. Top of the fourth, 1-0 Sox have the lead. Bregman leading off. He's been a very, very dangerous hitter for Houston. He recently had a 10-game homestand where he batted .486 with 7 doubles, 5 homers, and 17 RBIs. So yeah, he's gotten himself into the MVP discussion.
Got 47 doubles on the year, 29 jacks. My goodness.
So you're talking about one more extra base hit than JD Martinez has. That really puts it into perspective.
Well, they don't make any mistakes with their #1 picks, do they? Correa, they had #1 overall. That's a superstar. This kid he wasn't the first pick out of the draft, but in the first round.
Well, this guy's the All-Star Game MVP. .956 OPS, 5th in the American League. And he's got a 3-1 count. And he popped him up. Racing over again is Kinsler. And he'll make the play in short right. 1 away.
CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer to a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first.
Here's Correa, struck out looking in the first inning. These are two really well-balanced teams. Houston leads the American League in ERA. It's right in front of the Red Sox, are #2. Sox are #1 in batting average and in runs and in slugging percentage and on base percentage. The Astros 4th in runs, 4th in batting average, and they're 1-2 in fielding percentage. Houston on top. One ball, 1 strike.
I think they're 1 behind the Red Sox in home runs, I believe. They've hit 181 this year. They used to be a big strikeout team. They changed it totally last year. Remember, they led the world the year before. They changed everything last year. More aggressive, not going deep into counts or what have you. Yeah, whatever. Everything worked last year. But I'll tell you what, trying to repeat's another thing. That is not an easy thing to do.
It's a different animal, isn't it?
Especially in this game now where you have those 3-tier. You got to win 3 playoff games. I mean, series. Back in the day, it was just 1.
And if you come through the wild card game,
right, then that's 4.
The do or die. Ball and 2 strikes on Correa. Tyler White on deck. Now, game 2 late tomorrow afternoon, right here on NESN. It'll be Eduardo Rodriguez against Charlie Morton. Another very good pitchers duel at 4:05. And yet another one Sunday. Rick Porcello against Dallas Keuchel, the left-hander. Two and two.
He took a shot in there, didn't he? Looked like he almost crossfired. You see where he's on the mound, on the first base side of the rubber. You see that? And it's almost like he crossfires to get that ball inside. Now, we would never know he changed his arm angle because it's kind of subtle, wouldn't you say? I mean, it's not like he was ever right over the top. Only he would know. I couldn't watch film and say, oh, he's a tad down, I think, tonight.
Yeah, 2 inches. But, to Alex Spear's point, he did say that.
Yeah.
After getting knocked around by the Yankees, he said, I have to go back to the board and kind of reinvent a few things.
Well, if you're going to go back to the board, that would be the time to do it, because that was the lowest point that I've ever seen for him, for the most part. I mean, it was an embarrassment. You give up 5 home runs in Yankee Stadium to this, the Red Sox rival. I mean, it was just Sunday night. It was the whole, as bad as it could get.
Fly toward right center field, and Jackie Bradley under. 2 down. So Correa's 0 for 2. For 4 generations, KM has been locally crafting quality Franks for all Sox fans. Pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer today. KM, together we grill. So 2 quick outs. And 7 in a row set down by Price. He'll go after Tyler White for the 2nd time. He punched him out in the 2nd. And he drops in strike 1.
I mean, as a right-handed hitter, and he's sitting way over by the first base side, you give up on that pitch out there. Out of his hand, it's like, there's no way that's going to be a strike, and he just catches the outside corner. He got more of the plate that last time, but you can see how you can just find that zone. As a pitcher, you find that one spot that you can go to. You start pounding it there. You get a little, umpire gives you a little bit sometimes. It's just everybody's ready for that, and then you just drill it inside. That's a strike.
Did not get that call.
You see, look how far out he is. Thank you.
2-2.
I mean, his changeup's pretty hard, you think. 87, that's pretty hard. The gap is only 5 or 6 miles an hour.
He's very cagey with it. The 2-2. Struck him out. So Price continues to roll. Another 1-2-3 here in the 4th. Tonight, the left-hander with 7 Ks. We go to the bottom half of the 4th inning.
Joseph would give me a run for my money with the bronze, huh?
No doubt. Xander struck out first time up. Moreland and Kinsler after him. You figured this would move into this kind of a game with the caliber of pitching we're seeing tonight.
This is exactly what we expected.
Xander, a little 3-game hitting streak. Thought about it, a strike. He's been piling up the RBIs, 17 in his last 19 games, 24 in his last 26. He's batting cleanup.
Boy, that's unhittable, that pitch right there.
1-2. Mitch Moreland on deck. Would not offer. Cole beat the Red Sox in Houston back on the 1st of June. He went 7. Did allow 3 runs. He struck out 7. Walked only 1 man. They won that game 7-3.
He's only given up 16 home runs. That's not very many.
Yeah, particularly in that ballpark.
That's why I looked it up.
Yeah. It's impressive.
To me, that's a short porch in right and left.
Yeah, most of those came earlier in the season too.
Well, they can't get together here with the catcher here.
Chopper foul. Maldonado behind the plate.
He obviously calls his own game.
Well, Eduardo Rodriguez coming back from the disabled list.
Whew.
He is on the mound tomorrow.
Looking forward to that.
What an outing last time out in Chicago. Breaking ball, a high fly, center field. Marisnik back, he's turning.
Yes!
It's gone. Xander Bogaerts, number 20, and the Red Sox double their lead.
You start talking about bridge balls, and the next thing you know, this ball leaves the ballpark. And I mean, this ball is way back by the flagpole. I mean, you talk about sneaky pop here. Look at this.
New career high, by the way, and runs batted in. That was number 90.
Look at this breaking ball, hanging curveball. We haven't seen too many of them, but he puts a charge in this ball. He takes a nice little swing at this. You think it's a fly ball to center field, but guess what? This is bridge. This ball is way up there. Look at that. Boom.
It's on top of the bridge.
Yes.
And Moreland looks at a strike. So Red Sox leading it 2-0. Speedway donating $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. Speedway, New England's first choice for value and convenience.
That's 17 home runs off of Cole now and 20 for Bogaerts.
Well, you saw Marisnik drift back and start looking up. A long way to look up.
He had a home run in Houston. Was that a couple years ago? Dead central. Bogaerts, if I recall, like, my goodness.
To the feet of Gurriel, take it himself. 1 man away.
But Bogey will do that. He'll hit something. You'll go, oh my goodness, he has got legit power.
What's your guess on the tail of the tape on that one?
Oh. This one, I don't know, this 410, 420?
432.
That was 432?
Yeah. 432.
Oh my goodness.
Kinsler 0 for 1. He's popped to short. He goes the other way. Springer on the move, though. Now number 2.
Follow the race to postseason on MLB.tv for $25.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.com to take advantage of this limited time offer. Swing and a miss.
Easing you back into the fold here.
Whoa, flicker.
It's Nunez. He's grounded out to short. Red Sox magic number to clinch a postseason berth is 4. Combination of Red Sox wins and Seattle losses. The Mariners got into a brawl last week in the clubhouse.
Yeah, that's not good, huh? Ooh.
Not a promising sign.
How about the TV booth in Detroit? Speaking of fights, imagine me and you going at it. Seriously,
how would that go, Eck?
I'm gonna.
Well, you can't sucker punch
I
me.
know. Isn't that
no, that's really a both of those guys. We know both of them.
Yes.
It's kind of funny, but both of those guys are great guys. Ron Allen and Mario Impemba. They've been there a long time. And,
is that what it is? If you're there too long, you just start getting on each other's nerves?
I hope not.
That's why I don't do this very much.
That's why you parachute in once in a while. Yeah, that was a shocking story. I guess they're both off the air the rest of the season.
Oh, really? That's almost they almost had to, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
Everyone's fighting. Why is everyone fighting?
Well, they're not playing great, but that has nothing to do with it.
No.
Man, it's a dangerous job.
It's a little more dangerous than I signed up for.
You better be nice. Try to be nice.
You're darn right I'll be nice to you. Nobody on base, 2 down. And the 2-2. Poke the other way, but again it's Springer, and that'll retire the side. Red Sox get on the board again. Xander Bogaerts crushing a home run. By Harbor One Bank, ranked the #1 bank in Massachusetts by Forbes. Mookie Betts #1 in Major League Baseball with a .338 batting average after his 2 hits here tonight. He started the night in a dead heat with JD Martinez. That one shot to right field. Mookie Betts plenty of space to put that away and set down Gurriel, who had singled his first time up, 1 out in the 5th.
Yeah, that one pitch out. Oh, it's beautiful at this point.
Pitch count in very good shape, 66 for Price. He set down 9 in a row. And brings up the free swinging Josh Reddick, who struck out in the 2nd inning. You take a longer look at David Price, his numbers after the All-Star break over the last 3 seasons. His ERA after the break is 2.88. Routine fly ball to Benintendi. 2 gone.
Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station at Fenway, located behind Section 12 on the Lower Concourse. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit bidmc.org.
Maldonado 0 for 1. Could be a very fast inning for Price. Would be if he gets this man. You got him 1-2-3 last inning, 1-2-3 in the 3rd inning. Showing bunt taking a strike. Unusual to see a catcher threaten to bunt.
Yeah, who's going to run for him?
He's thrown out 42% of those trying to steal, trailing only Salvador Perez of Kansas City, who's at about 49%.
Well, we saw him throw out Benintendi by a mile.
So Maldonado can really be a stop sign. The 1-1. Price ahead of another hitter.
Well, that ball cut hard down. Swinging over the top. It wants it outside. Ball cuts a lot. Gets away from him a little bit. Ball's down. Still swing and miss.
Eyeballing his 8th K.
Yeah, he's eyeballing another pair of shoes is what he's looking. He's already got a half dozen. How much do you have to have for a closet? There's got to be a number.
You know,
that 6 is a lot.
Pick a round number, maybe.
Yeah, 10.
10.
That's ridiculous. Backdoor change. Yes.
Got him. He struck him out. His 8th strikeout. He continues to mow him down. Cam, Together We Grill. Harbor One Bank, ranked the #1 bank in Massachusetts by Forbes. And by Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees, that's transparency. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Garen Austin with you here from Fenway. at the halfway point. Sox in front 2-0 against the Astros. And the Red Sox about to bring up Sandy Leon, Jackie Bradley, and Mookie Betts. So far tonight, Sandy 1 at bat, struck out. Xander Bogaerts with a monster home run last inning. Hey, our best wishes to the great Bill Ballou, who is actually covering the Red Sox for the final time tonight here inside the press box. Just got a big hand by the men and women who cover the Red Sox. Bill's been a terrific sports writer for a long time. He can teach you the art of writing a lead. Believe me, as good as it gets.
Many years.
Great guy to boot. They're going to have cake, and we're going to try and send somebody to grab us a slice or two if we can finagle it.
I'm a little hungry.
I am too.
I got a sandwich anytime I feel like grabbing it.
What are you going with, ham or turkey?
I think it's turkey. I forgot. Kind of out of it today.
Just a little worried about you. A swing and a miss, strike 3. Catcher has to scoop and fire, and it gets by. Almost got the umpire. It rolls into right field, and Sandy Leon, despite the strikeout, is aboard at first.
Maldonado winded up, and he wound up and he threw a C to first base because that's exactly what he needed to do. Watch this ball get away. And it's so far away, but Leon can't run, and he makes a throw. If Gurriel could have picked it, he probably would have been out.
So it'll be Jackie Bradley who walked into third as Sandy Leon gets up the line. Mookie Betts on deck. We did have a 15-minute umpire injury delay earlier in this game. The home plate umpire Brian Onora. He was lost for the rest of the contest, and first base umpire James Hoy had to go and put on the gear. Check swinging in there for a strike. I wrote down 15 minutes. I meant 13. I don't know where those 2 minutes keep going.
I'm telling you, it seemed like a half an hour.
It did.
Forever. Because we had to chirp. Nothing to chirp about.
Somehow got through it.
Got to talk about umpires. That's what I want to do.
Really fun, yeah. 0-2. And Jackie cuts and misses for strike 3. So technically back-to-back Ks, but a base runner nonetheless. Mookie Betts coming up. Let's toss it down to Garrett.
Thanks, Obie. In a pregame ceremony, Brock Holt was honored for being the Red Sox nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award. The Roberto Clemente Award recognizes a player's on and off-field contributions, sportsmanship, and community involvement. Holt is known for being the Jimmy Fund captain, and you guys, he is so involved with the work that he does. He brings smiles to their faces, establishes relationships with the kids, and hosts them here at Fenway Park throughout the season. And guys, fans can actually vote for Holt to be the national winner at MLB.com/1.
Garen, for fans who do want to vote, can you repeat that? We lost.
Sure, I think I'm going out there. MLB.com/Clemente21.
Okay, very good. Very good. He's going to do very well in that, but what an honor to be nominated.
It really is. That's
for that award.
Probably the greatest award you can get.
Mookie 2 for 2 tonight. Scored a run in the first inning.
Audio's just going out.
Mookie closing in on a 30-30 season, which Jacoby Ellsbury did.
2011.
What a year he had.
Oh, he could have been, should have been MVP. That was the year Verlander won it. Not taking anything away from Verlander, but pitchers shouldn't win that thing.
Yeah, right. What year did you do both?
I can't remember. 92.
92. 2-1, slapped up the middle and a base hit. Mookie Betts is 3 for 3.
Boy, he's on that off-speed stuff. You can't come close to hanging anything off-speed. Mookie keeps his hands back, and you got to watch your lips. The ball right back at him. Look at this. Another bad breaking ball there by Cole. Ball up and duck. He smokes that ball. Look out.
I think Mookie likes to be tied for very long in that batting race or behind anybody. And tonight, started the night 335. He's gone 3 for 3, 16th 3-hit game of the season.
He's just a good off-speed hitter. I mean, anytime you can hit, 340 in the big leagues, you can't. It's not just a fastball hitter, that's for sure.
Benintendi next. He is single and fly to left. Red Sox head 2-0. And one of the runs, a 432-foot blast by Xander Bogaerts. Line the other way. Reddick there makes the catch, kind of dipping a knee to haul that one in. 2 down.
Yeah, get ready for hockey season with an all-new season of Behind the Bee premiering Monday night. Go behind the scenes of Bruins development camp and get next generation of players looks to impress. Catch it all on Behind the Bee Monday night at 8 on NESN.
JD Martinez drove in a run with a sac fly in the first inning. He struck out in the third. He has a 4-game hitting streak. Recently named the American League Player of the Month for August. Hit 7 home runs in August. If he does that in September, he will top what he did last year when he hit 45.
Well, last time up, he got blown away with a 98-mile-an-hour fastball after taking a couple of nasty sliders down and away.
Stopped by Maldonado. Runners will hang right where they are at first and second. Red Sox have been applying a little bit more pressure on Cole than the score might indicate. And now have a couple of base runners here in the 5th. Did the same thing in the 3rd and the same thing in the 1st. But he has struck out 6.
Yeah, he likes to slow it down when he gets in trouble.
Fake toss, and Mookie Betts will dive back to the bag at first.
Fake me out. He came out of there ready to go. He's trying to throw a back pick, another gas ball up and over the strike zone, swing and miss, and that's a serious fake pump. Man, you hurt yourself doing that. Cole's hung a couple breaking balls. I can't see him throwing a breaking ball.
2-1.
Hung that breaking ball to Bogaerts. Hung the breaking ball to Betts. Got to be just looking for something hard. Wow.
Missed with that one.
That was the latest breaking thing you ever did see, huh? That's a strike. He missed it. Look at this thing break late. Whoa.
Well, Maldonado had to lunge.
Boy, I got to have that.
He did not get the call.
Man.
Leone at second and Betts at first, and a 3-1. Good count here for JD Martinez. And he'll walk him. That's going to load the bases for Xander Bogaerts.
His fastball, he doesn't get the breaking ball. That was a strike. The previous pitch, this ball's down. Pretty good pitch, but it's inside. Got some hair on it too.
Xander Bogaerts has hit 3 grand slams this season, one shy of the Red Sox single season record of 4 set by Babe Ruth in 1919. He's already walloped a home run tonight.
Big at bat, huge.
Fouled away. Very aggressive. Strike one.
That ball beat him.
No place to put him. Sandy Leon at third. Mookie Betts at second. JD Martinez at first. Trips in honor of the Rem Dog. A ball and a strike.
See the hanging breaking ball that he got from Cole last time up, and look at the swing he puts on it. Nice fluid power that he has. Easy power. Dead central. See ya.
Our high strength steel play brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado.
Oh, gave it to him.
Xander Bogaerts not happy with that one.
Oh yeah, he gave it to him. Almost felt bad that he knew he missed a pitch the last at bat to Martinez, and he gives him a fastball outside. Ball's a ball. Bogey knows. They know. Come on.
1-2.
Makeup piece. Can't get cute here. You can't get too large. All you're trying to do is flick something out there.
And down he goes. Woo. 99 on the gun. Woo. To leave him loaded. More of a challenge, do you think, for the Red Sox, the Astros, or the Indians? And how about this split? And we got a lot of votes in this one tonight, and it's 50-50.
That's exactly right. Take your choice.
Both really, really tough opponents. And both first place clubs as well. Marisnick 0 for 1. He has flied out to left. David Price with 11 in a row set down. And he's allowed only one hit. A single in the second inning. This will be popped up and playable. Moreland. Plenty of room off the line. One gone.
Sunday on Charlie Moore Outdoors, get some summer vibes from the Mad Fisherman. Charlie heads to Windermere, Florida to visit the Yellow Dog Eat and tries their world famous pulled pork sandwich. Catch it all on Sunday at 6 on Nessun.
Price routinely putting away the leadoff man in the inning for Houston very quickly. He's done it again to start the 6th inning. Springer has popped up and struck out tonight. Boy, Tampa Bay's winning again. There's 7-0 on Baltimore in the 6th inning.
That's Snell.
And that's notable for a couple of different reasons. Baltimore, should they lose that game, that'll be their 100th loss of the season.
Congratulations. But that's Snell, right? That'll be number 18 for him, I believe.
What a great year.
What a year, huh? He's got to be in that race.
Oh, no doubt.
Right? I mean, I know Sale could probably be hanging on by, you know, he's got to go back out there. We're waiting for him next week.
Kluber continues to win too and rack up numbers, but Chris Sale will get a handful of starts between now and the end of the regular season. The 0-2 down into the dirt.
But that guy is the real deal, Snell. He beat us twice this year, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, I think
He's
you're right.
beat everybody.
And you know, if Tampa Bay wins that game, they go to 12 games over 500. That's a heck of a year for them. 1-2.
I'll tell you what, start of the year, the way it started off for them, were they 2-9, something bad. I thought, oh, this is going to be such a long year for that club. Who would have thunk? Just the opposite. Baltimore, really. Baltimore was the lamb, major lamb in this division.
55.5 out. You never want to know what that feels like. 1-2. Left it up. So what do they do at the end of the season? I mean, they never fired anybody, which I thought was kind of dumbfounding. I mean, when you think about why wouldn't they have made a move at some point? But there's a lot of support down there for Dan Duquette. Yes, in there, strike 3. Number 9.
Another pair of shoes right down the middle. Huh? I mean, whoa. I think he's thinking this ball's inside. This ball is middle. Thank you very much. Punch out what, number 9? Yes.
Every time a Red Sox pitcher strikes out an Astros batter, Lexus will donate $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. So here's Altuve lunging at that one. He pops it up down the line. Benintendi moving over, but it's off into the stands.
That's an out a lot of places. That's a killer as a pitcher. Oh, it just drives me nuts.
Just a sliver of foul ground.
That's an out.
Bregman on deck. Red Sox up 2-0, 6th inning. And a foul tip into the mid. Altuve, obviously a great hitter. Batting crowns, an MVP.
Boy, he had him out front the first pitch, and that cutter just late cut. And he is on top of his game. What do you got? Backdoor cutter Johnson. Looking for another pair of shoes, huh? Really? Got 7 of them. It's impressive.
13 in a row. He's retired. Base hit in the 2nd inning. That's all so far for Houston.
Get it in there. Oh. Maybe just low.
Two and two. His next strikeout would tie a season high.
Get it in there.
And a chopper to third. Nunez slings it on over. That is 14 in a row from the left-hander David Price.
Yeah, he does.
Sugar cold brew, all the boldness you expect from cold brew coffee, sweetly balanced with brown sugar. Price and participation may vary. It's a limited time offer. Bottom six, Red Sox head 2-0 against the Astros. Game 1 of 3 here tomorrow afternoon at 4, and then Sunday night. And Mitch Moreland to lead it off. He struck out and grounded out. Big shift on for Mitch.
I'll tell you what, Cole punched out Bogaerts with the bases loaded last inning as hard as he can go. 99, it was brought. This guy can get it up there when he has to.
He can really pitch.
Oh yeah.
That'll be Correa on the opposite side. One away.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, get the latest on the Patriots as they prepare for their season opener against the Texans. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, with the technology as helpful as the people.
Kinsler twice has put it in place, popped a short fly to right. Against a big-time strikeout guy. Cole set a franchise record for Ks before the All-Star break with 169. Nunez on deck. Kinsler has been cooking at the plate. He's hit the Astros pretty well in his career. 293. His last game against Houston, he went 3 for 4, 2 doubles and a home run. Eck, I know you remember it happening, but it was 33 years ago today in 1985. A milestone for you as this one was tap foul. You hit your first major league extra base hit. It was a solo home run, Wrigley Field against
Browning.
Tom Browning.
Yes.
Correct, on the first.
Oh, we get to talk
attempt.
about my home runs again.
All 3 of them at Wrigley.
All 3. Yeah, it's great. The wind was blowing dead in about 100 miles an hour.
You crushed it.
Yes.
And knocked foul out of play. For a pitcher.
I remember my parents were there.
Oh, they were?
Yeah, which, you know.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. Let's check this out.
Oh, that's a fine play.
Had to steal it from his boys.
Two and 2 on Kinsler. Base is empty, 1 away. Sox up 2-zip. Lunging and a pop-up foul. Bregman over to give it a look. You realize if the Red Sox win the ball game tonight, they will have 49 wins at home and 49 on the road. I mean, just across the board, 45 and 19 against the East, 18 and 12 against the Central, 20 and 10 against the West, 14 and 3 against the National League.
It's one thing winning 50 games at home, right? But on the road, it's unheard of.
Red Sox have never done that. 50 road and home wins in a single season. Now keep an eye on Cole's pitch count now. He's up to 92 in the 6th inning. So the Red Sox have been working some of these counts. Not like he's walking anybody. He's only walked a couple of men, but here's a 3-2 count. He drops it in there for strike 3.
The trickster 3-2 slider. That's not fair. Guy can throw almost 100 and throws you a 3-2 slider. Just get it over and you're a pair of shoes.
So 2 away. And Eduardo Nunez is grounded out to the shortstop. He's flied out to right, 0 for 2. Red Sox got a run in the 1st inning that Mookie Betts had a daring hand in as he went from 1st to 3rd on a base hit to left. Reddick made a good throw, but Mookie was safe. No appeal on that play. But he saw that Bregman, a third baseman, in the shift had shaded Wade over to shortstop, and then took advantage of that. Terrific base running play. Here's the 1-1 to center field. Marisnik lines it up in a bit now. He's got it. 1-2-3 go to Red Sox here in the 6th inning. Sterling through 6, 1 walk, 9 Ks. He has set down 14 in a row.
Boy, it's as good as it gets. He looks as good as we've ever seen him, and that's saying something.
Tough part of the order. Bregman, Correa, and White. That's 3, 4, and 5 for Houston. Red Sox put a 3-man shift to the left. Up 2-0 as we go to the 7th. Now the Red Sox have activity in the bullpen. Houston does too. Brazier going.
He's got McHugh on the other side. I think that's McHugh. Cole's done. He won't be back out.
As we mentioned, his pitch count was creeping up there. And lots of fastballs at 97, 98, 99.
Yeah, he had some stress pieces.
And he encountered Xander Bogaerts, who took one out to center that traveled 432. Roped, and that'll get by Nunez and down the line. That'll go all the way into the corner. And a red-hot Bregman romps into second base. He stung that, and he's into scoring position to lead off the inning.
Well, he gets a 2-0 fastball, and you know that he's going to get something to hit. And he just ropes this ball by Nunez. Nunez, look out. You don't know what that's going to do. Play it off to the side. You can't blame him on that. That's a double there. Once again, number 48 doubles by Bregman. You see Nooney right there. This ball, you can play it to the side. You never know what it's going to do. That ball's a bullet.
Just the second hit tonight for Houston. Here's Correa for the 3rd time. He has struck out looking and flied out to center. And he will lay off ball 1. So the double by Bregman gives the Astros a base runner for the first time since 1 out in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, it hasn't been in the stretch in a while. But his windup is almost like the stretch anyway. He kind of creeps into it. Boy, he's just been executing pitches all night long. Got to stay focused.
Nobody out, a man at second, the 1-0.
Well, that cutter kind of drifted back over the middle of the plate. It's a good pitch for Correa to hit.
And Price with a 1-1. In tight.
Yeah, you got to be careful in there. You don't want to leave it. He didn't leave it.
Oakland A's are hosting Texas a little bit later tonight. They are 3.5 games behind this Astro team in the West. Houston still with a battle on its hands. Here comes the 2-1. Three and 1.
We're kind of losing it a little bit.
He's at 93 pitches. Brazier looks ready. And a 3-1. Correa did not have a good homestand. Just 4 for 27. So 0 for 2 tonight is added to that.
Looking for something to hit on that 3-1 pitch. It just kept cutting in on him.
Three and 2.
Change up. What are you going to do here?
And a payout pitch. He struck him out.
Backdoor cutter, beautiful thing.
Number 10.
Beautiful pitch. I thought he might go change up away. 3-2, little cutter, catches the corner. I mean, perfect. Sit down. That's 8 pairs of shoes we've got.
It comes back from a 3-1.
Man, that's huge pitch.
To strike out their cleanup man.
Boy, he's got that corner. When he's got that outside corner down, I mean, my goodness.
So Price has tied a season high with the 10 Ks. And another man looking. He's gotten his next guy, their designated hitter, Tyler White, twice on strikes. White's been a pretty good hitter, 316 since the All-Star break. Recently had a walk-off hit against Oakland. Got a man at second, one away, 2-0 Sox in the 7th. Now tomorrow afternoon, hoping you'll join us at 4:05. Eduardo Rodriguez coming off an electrifying performance against the Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, what's he got for us tomorrow after that performance? That easy cheese he had, didn't he? Wasn't even recoiling. He looked just like boom.
He could throw it in a teacup at 95. Timeout granted here to White. And again, the game being played since the early stages with 3 umpires. Home plate umpire Brian Honora has left after getting drilled by a foul ball. So far, it has not been an issue of any kind. Bregman leading at second. One and one. Sox at 97 wins. They've won 100 games in a season 3 times, but not since 1946. One to White. He'll take a ball.
Pretty good pitch. You see White, he's got that open stance way off the plate.
You're right. This looked like a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, his fastball up and in. Probably called it high. See that open stance? You know he's got to be diving somehow.
Two and one. Now Price upset with himself on the miss on that one. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Boy, he was mad at himself as soon as it left his hand.
Gurriel on deck. And now can Price do what he did against Correa?
He's pressing his luck here, this 3-1 stuff.
Trying to come back again to get another hitter on a 3-1. Wild cut. He helped him there.
Oh, yeah. Guy's all geared up. 3-1. Thinks he's going to get something to hit. And he throws him a changeup. A little turn me over piece. Check this out. Beautiful. Way outside. Way outside.
Had him over anxious.
Totally. And guess what? The guy's had strikeouts looking the first 2 times up. He's not going to be looking again.
Well, he got Correa on the 3-2 to fan him and walks this man. So White is aboard, and here comes Cora. He's got Brazier ready to go. Runners at first and second. 10 strikeouts for Price. At one point, he retired 14 in a row. And that's an outstanding effort.
Absolutely. That's like a playoff start. He should get a standing O.
Ten strikeouts against a tremendous lineup. We will take the break as well. Brazier coming on. We'll have more in a moment from Fenway Park. Well, no question, David Price showing that that line drive off the wrist is not going to slow down his season. He comes back with force. 6 1/3, 10 punch-outs, just 2 hits against Houston. First and second, Gurriel to batter, Brazier in. And a shot to left center field. That one headed for the alley, headed for the wall. It catches the green. In to score is Bregman. White down at third, play at second. Came off the bag, and they want to look at it. They want to look at that play at second. Ruled safe, but the Red Sox were pointing to the dugout on that second effort. Both Bogaerts and Kinsler right now second and third.
They're feeling pretty good about it. You see there, I thought he was in. You see him, that little swim thing, and does he come off?
Lunging back a couple of times.
But it looked like he's on when he tagged him there.
And they are going to review it. So the play is under review at second base.
Yeah, you're thinking that Kinsler knows he was there. See the tag? Now he's not.
Well, look at this now. It's off. And then he lunges back, but then his body kind of brought him off again, didn't it?
Yeah, but he's not. He's on.
He looked like he was on it there. Yep.
I could be wrong. I've been wrong so many times. You know, you go by the player. You know, when Kinsler is going, yeah, we got it. You know, it's almost like he sells it. It's like I believe him, but you see the replay and it looks safe to me.
It did to me on that one. Looked like he kept the hand on, got it back on.
I think if he had the tag on him the whole time, he might have been out because he was off for a fraction. But I don't believe he had the tag on him at the time when he was off. This is a great slide. Once again, that dive. That, see, he's not tagging him right now when he is off. See, he's off for just a hair there. And then he goes to tag him, and he's on. It's not going to work. What a great slide.
Sure was. By Gurriel.
Because they hit the cutoff man. That wasn't a throw in all the way from center field.
Bregman scoring on the play.
You're kind of lucky that White can't run. You're thinking that's going to be a 2-run double. He gets it off the wall. Bradley does. Look, hits a cutoff man. When you get the cutoff man, you almost get thrown out at second. That never happens.
And they've got an answer. And he is safe. So second and third with one away and a run home. And Reddick will be the batter. Red Sox losing their challenge there. And Levangi's going to come out for discussion now. Brazier gives up the double. And that run to be charged to David Price. And now 1-run game.
Let's talk about high leverage. It doesn't get any higher than this.
Time for a game break brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Red Sox. Here's Tom Caron. Very, very tough break. An outstanding young pitcher. So here's Reddick. He has struck out, flied out. Only one away in the inning. 2 men in scoring position for the Astros. And he pops it up. Leon looking for a play. Here comes Nunez. Sandy Watson. He's got it.
What a big out.
Reddick ready to go, and he pops it up. 2 down.
Big pitch, big out. Get anxious. You got guys in scoring positions for first pitch. Fastball in, gets in on him. A little late, can't get the head out. That is a huge pop up.
Well, Maldonado was due up next. And A.J. Hinch is going to go to his bench. Looks like he's going to bring Kemp up. Tony Kemp is going to hit. So he's lifting his starting catcher right now here in the 7th inning with runners at second and third.
This time of the year you could do a lot of things all night long. Kemp has had a nice year for them.
Yep, 275, 5 home runs. Brazier trying to hold now.
You got to pitch him tough here. Base open. You know they're going to pinch it for Marishnik.
So it's White at third, Gurriel at second. And a 1-0 from the hard throwing righty. He skipped that one up there. Leon able to stop it. 2-0. Ryan getting tougher and tougher assignments. Tossed a scoreless 8th inning. Tuesday's win against Atlanta. Got a big double play. Right now he needs 1 out to get out of the inning. Here's the 2-0 to Kemp. And that missed badly. That really rolled off his hand.
Yeah, 3 breaking balls. 2 hard ones down and in, and then a sloppy one.
Marishnik on deck. He's taking all the way and in there for a strike and another breaking ball.
God, he paints him 3-0 with a slider. Man, what a major league pitch right there. 3-0 paint.
Of course, he's got 98 in his back pocket.
Oh yeah.
This one's got a different feel to it than a typical early September game, even with two contenders. The 3-1. 96. He had already flipped the bat, and it's strike two.
Yeah, back-to-back paint. This time it's a fastball low in the zone, teeny little tail to it, but that's paint. 3-2. Come on back.
So all filled up. Sandy Leon back out there with Xander Bogaerts on the hill. A 2-1 game.
They may not even need a sign here because Bogey came in and got it.
Sox fans are up.
No sign.
3-2. Little flare and fair down the line. In to score is White. Here comes Gurriel. Play at second base going to be safe in there. Wow. And the Astros have taken the lead.
Man, he couldn't carve it any better down the left field line. I mean, my goodness, gets painted 2 pitches in a row, and he almost got beat with this fastball, but fought it off, sliced it right down the left field line. You see, Benintendi goes and gets it, but he could run, Kemp. He's got a double, 2 RBIs. Look at this fastball in a little bit. He fights it off, gets the head out a little bit. Wasn't a jam shot, got the head on it, but perfectly placed down the left field line. What a backbreaker.
Well, Hinch made the move to bring up Kemp. It can't pay off much better than that. He has delivered the Astros a 3-2 lead in the 7th. That's their 3rd double in the inning. And Brazier still has a runner at second base now for Marisnick, who has flied out and popped up 0 for 2.
Yeah, don't even throw this guy a strike. He's hacking.
Deep short. Bogaerts steadies and gets him to retire the side, but the Astros rally. They get 3, and now they're on top in the 7th. Alexis, and Alexis strikes out Hunger program. Old Dominion the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Red Sox. Your New England Audi dealers, get behind the wheel of the Audi you've always wanted, and by Rodenheiser Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electric. Well, 2 changes now for Houston. McCann will take over behind the plate, and Colin McHugh is their new pitcher. The right-hander won his first 42 relief outings of the season without allowing more than 1 run. It's a new franchise record to start a season.
Boy, look at those numbers. Boy, this guy's been a long-time starter. Went to the bullpen and has been awesome.
Brock Holt will hit, batting for Sandy Leon. So both managers are hitting for their catchers. They're starting catchers here in the same inning. Kemp came up to bat for Maldonado and carved a 2-run double to left. So the bullpen could not hold it. They get Presley going in their pen, and Joe Kelly in the Sox pen. Brock Holt, Red Sox nominee for the coveted Roberto Clemente Award, hitting .258 with 3 home runs. He'll be followed by Jackie Bradley and then Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts 3 for 3 tonight.
McHugh used to have that curveball, not 12-6, but now he's got a sideways one that he threw. He just threw it in on Holt that time. This is a different pitch that he's come up with since going to the bullpen.
Yeah, he used to be a very successful starter. He won 19 games a few years ago, went 19-7. And Brock Holt hacking, goes down swinging, 1 man gone. Time for our Built for Baseball presented by T-Mobile. We mentioned that Brock was the nominee for the Red Sox. Every team has a nominee for the Roberto Clemente Award. That's for community service, and he certainly did a magnificent job as the Red Sox captain for the Jimmy Fund this year, which was a tremendous success. 3-2 Houston. Here's Jackie Bradley. He's walked and struck out tonight.
I don't remember him throwing this hard, to be honest.
They stacked 3 men on the right side of the diamond. Jackie's done pretty well against them. He is 4 for 11 with a double. (2-0) to JBJ. Mookie with a single in the first, third, and fifth tonight. And McHugh with a 2-1. Breaking ball right through that.
That's the curveball that goes down, and then the other one goes sideways, and he's always had this one. This is a good curveball. See it go down. Takes a lot of off that too. 77. Probably try to slip the cheese by him here.
He did at 94, but too far in to fill up the count. Red Sox need a base runner however they can get it. (3-2).
You think Jackie have taken advantage of hitting in front of Mookie Betts all year long? That's got to be an advantage, huh?
And 3-2 again. Again, just gets a piece of it to stay alive.
Try to get on for Mookie. The magic is on deck.
Jackie had a good series against the Astros. It went largely unnoticed in the division series last year, but he had 5 RBIs, and he will take ball 4.
Boy.
This quality start is brought to you by BioFreeze, talking about the night that David Price had. No decision for him despite 10 punch-outs.
But it was so impressive, and you take anything away from it. You got 10 strikeouts, and you're talking about a lot of pair of shoes. I mean, a lot of guys looking. That cutter was nasty. You see a change up there on a swing, another cutter there to Reddick swinging, but after that, they're all looking. Fastball in, cutter in. Now we're going to go away with a little cutter paint. I mean, he had it going on all night long. 10 strikeouts, 8 looking. Does it ever end? There's the shoes.
BioFreeze pain relief that works. Ryan Presley coming out of their bullpen now. He will replace McHugh. Right-hander coming in with a win and a loss and a sparkling ERA of 2.84. He's made a lot of appearances too. This is number 68.
They got him from Minnesota, didn't they, earlier in the year?
Yep, back on July 27. He's posted a career high in strikeouts.
I think he was with the Red Sox organization, if I recall. I don't know if it's a Rule 5, whatever. Don't hold me to it.
Well, he'll inherit a runner at first base, but now he will try to be the first pitcher for Houston tonight to retire Mookie Betts, who is 3 for 3. Well, the Astros getting 3 in the 7th inning. Time now for our refreshing finish, brought to you by Coors Light.
Well, everything's going good up until the 7th inning, and you see Gurriel greets Brazier with the double off the wall. You thought you had a chance to get him at second base, close play, but after that, this big at bat by Kemp. 3-2 pitch, fastball down and in, slices it down the left field corner, double 2-run score, big hit.
Kemp coming off the bench, did a lot of damage. So now we'll see if the Red Sox can return the favor. Mookie 3 for 3. Now batting .340. With Jackie Bradley aboard here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Sox down a run. Ooh, 97. He called it ball 1. Mookie had a home run in his most recent regular season game against Houston at Fenway Park. That was September of last year. The next one would be number 30 for the MVP candidate.
Yeah, Presley out there has had a career year this year with the strikeouts. Looking for a mistake.
That gets through everybody all the way to the backstop. McCann couldn't handle it. Jackie Bradley into second. So the Red Sox have the tying run in scoring position with 1 away.
McCann just whiffs this. This is a pitch that's borderline being a strike. It's a fastball. Falls down. Does hit the dirt. Never mind. That's a wild pitch. You don't expect a fastball to be in the dirt.
RBI opportunity now for Mookie. And a 2-0 for Presley. That's a ball. 3-0. Benintendi on deck. And we mentioned this before. Alex Cora does not have a red light on hitters. He's going to take ball 4. Back-to-back walks here. Opening a door. First and second for Benintendi.
Yeah, don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC, Jim, and Johnny will break down the game. You'll hear from David Price and Alex Cora, who at WB Mason, celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
Andrew Benintendi with a base hit first inning, knocked that one to left. Since then he's flied out twice to left field. 1 gone, 2 on.
You see Correa trying to tell the umpire at second he's in the way, but you know, the 3 umpire thing, he's got to find a place to light up.
J.D. Martinez lurking on deck. Good speed on the bases. Strike on the edge at 97.
Benny's had that left field stroke all night long, first 3 at bats.
High chop first base. Gurriel will sling it down to second. That's all they'll get. Throw behind the runner, but Jackie stays on the bag. So they get the man in the middle. Mookie Betts safe on the corners. 2 down for J.D. Martinez.
Gurriel gets that lead runner. A little risky. You know, it's in line with the throw into the bag. See this chopper, you think that they're going to try to turn 2. This is a tart ball to try to turn through, but you throw to get the leadoff runner, and then he throws back to third, thinking he can get him off. But Gurriel makes a nice throw here to get the lead runner. See if Jackie's not paying attention, rounding third, he could have been in trouble.
So here's J.D. Drove in a run in the first inning with a sac fly. He's also struck out and taken ball 4. Red Sox have the tying run 90 feet away.
Had some giddy up on that gas there.
The Astros seldom make a mistake. Seldom make a defensive mistake.
Well, they lead the league. They're as good as anybody defensively. McCann saying, giving a sign if he's going to throw through on if Benny takes off.
Here's the 0-1. Up the middle, base hit. Jackie Bradley in to tie it. Benintendi turning. He's heading for third. He'll dive in. Safe.
He's out.
Called safe at third base.
Well, this game is tied on a breaking ball that he smokes right up the middle. Correa can't get to it. I think he's out at third base. We'll get to that, but the game is tied. You see this slider down, he smokes it up the middle. Correa can't get to it with a dive, and you see Benintendi goes to third base. The throw is in there, it beats him. If the tag gets in, Bregman says he's got the tag, but we've seen that before with Kinsler earlier last inning. Let's see. I think he got his chest. The umpire couldn't see it. Let's see. You really don't know when he tagged him or not.
I don't know if he tagged him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Bregman started off before the manager Hinch ever signaled for a review, so he was that confident.
Yeah, he acted like, oh, he's out easy. And meanwhile, we see the replay, and it doesn't look conclusive to me. Just happy the game is tied, but it could be going on here. You can't really see this angle when he touches him.
And I think it's a question of if he did, Eck.
Okay.
Did he even put a glove on him?
Is he trying to sell this thing? Because I don't see it.
Did he whiff on the tag?
And try to act like he tagged him.
Now the other question is, do they have
enough
to overturn it? Not so sure. Well, certainly worth the challenge.
Oh yeah.
Benintendi was just angling his body away from the tag in the direction of home plate, just enough. We'll see how they look at it in New York. And they've got an answer. And he is safe.
Oh, nicely done.
I don't think he tagged him. So the Red Sox have tied it. 117 RBIs for JD Martinez.
You see the throw in there. It's good. Does he get the tag? And as it turns out, he didn't. But you see there, hand in. Did the tag touch his chest? You don't really see it.
So now here comes Xander Bogaerts. The Red Sox have the go-ahead run at third.
Man, that was aggressive, wasn't it? Whew.
Now the aggressive base running has paid off so far tonight for the Red Sox.
It has. It may pay off even more.
Xander Bogaerts blasting a long home run in the fourth inning. Inside 2 strikeouts, 2 down, and a huge run in the leadoff where the number 2 man Bradley took the walk, and he would come in to score. And ball 1 on Bogaerts, who has achieved a new career high with 90 runs batted in as of tonight. And he has hit this guy. First and third leading away in a 1-0 strike. You don't say this in nearly every series, but the other team has traveled very well.
Oh yeah.
There are a lot of Astro fans who have made this a destination to come to Fenway in September. And
see the orange around everywhere.
A lot
behind.
of that.
A little nervous right now, the people in orange.
1-1. Swing, and he made contact there with McCann.
On the follow through.
On the follow through, yep.
That's fastball is rising. I know they don't rise, but this sure looks like it, doesn't it? Ooh, look out.
Off the mitt.
Ball was chasing him up and in.
A ball and 2 strikes on Xander Bogaerts. Benintendi at third. JD Martinez 2 RBIs tonight at first. Two and 2. And that one touching 99.
Yeah, he's just letting it go, letting it eat.
Garrett Cole, the starter, went 6. He'll have no decision. David Price, terrific again. He'll have no decision. They both pitched outstanding baseball. Breaking ball and popped up into right center, and over comes Marisnick to put that away. And the Red Sox tie the ball game. We are dead even, 3-3 going to the 8th. The official real estate company of the Red Sox. Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. And by your local Buick dealer. Moving on to the 8th. It's been a really good ball game here. 3-3. A game summary brought to you by Xfinity. And among the highlights, David Price was just brilliant. And Xander Bogaerts hit one 432 feet for a solo home run, number 20. Locked up 3 apiece going to the 8th inning. Joe Kelly on and a new catcher, Christian Vasquez. All 3 runs for Houston were scored last inning.
2 good starts by both teams, starters, and a little shaky bullpen for so far. See what Joe can do.
George Springer 0 for 3. He struck out twice.
Back-to-back knuckle curves, a lot of break to it. Always has that high hair in his back pocket, doesn't he? That 98 plus. Man,
there it is.
Buck.
100.
Beautiful.
1-2.
Oh.
They get Hector Rondon working in their pen. And Kelly with a 1-2. 101. Altuve on deck, and then Bregman. It's a very tough 1, 2, 3 in their order.
Very tempting.
But 3-2.
Boy, you'd think that Springer would have jumped all over this. This ball's up out of the zone. Look good. Good take.
Boy, these are 2 awfully good lineups.
From 0-2 to 3-2, and this he's asking for a breaking ball, but he wants his gas.
And he shall have it. Fouled off, another 100-mile-an-hour pitch.
That ball's coming right at you. Check swing off your bat. Ball 4 if it doesn't hit his bat. Look at this thing. This is some gas here. Look out.
And once more the 3-2. And a ground ball, base hit through the hole. So Springer wins that fight and leads off the 8th with a base hit.
That's a big hit by Springer there. They can get the head out. I don't care how hard you throw it. 3-2 fastball. He's seen enough of them. Ball's up a little bit, but he kind of top spins out of there. Perfectly placed between short and third. Top spin finds left field.
So that will bring up the #1 road hitter in Major League Baseball. Altuve hitting .357 away from Houston. And good numbers against Kelly.
Yeah, quiet tonight.
He's 0 for 3, 2 Ks. He will take ball 1.
Springer runs, but he's been thrown out. He only has 6 steals, thrown out 4 times. They don't really run. They've got a little over 60 bags this year.
You wonder how much the injuries up and down the lineup have played a role in that.
Yeah. So I always thought they had some speed. I mean,
yeah, they do. Strike.
Altuve's the guy that used to steal a lot of bags.
And remains one of the premier players in the game so far this season. He has 15. But only Bregman is in double figures aside from him. But a base runner with nobody out. 3-3 game, 8th inning. Ground ball up the middle. Kinsler has it and now loses it. And everyone's going to be safe on the base hit. For the briefest moment, it was in the glove, but a base hit for Altuve, and they're on at first and second.
Yeah, so close. You know, you think about a ground ball up the middle, and maybe we can turn two. Now you're hoping that he backhands it. You're hoping for a flip and a force out, but it comes out of the glove, and they've got first and second and nobody out.
And Bregman coming up. Bregman's the guy who started their 7th inning rally with a double and would later score.
You know, you see a chopper up the middle sometimes, and it ends up being a double play ball, but that was perfectly placed. You talk about 2 ground balls back to back.
Embry active in the Sox pen, just starting to short toss here. The Red Sox had held them, this was David Price, to 1 hit in the first 6 innings. They have 5 hits in the last 2 innings. Putting the pressure on now late. Bregman a double, a pop-up, and a walk tonight. And he lines up in the right field, a base hit. Springer to third. He'll put on the brakes as Betts fires in. Comes all the way to the plate, and they're going to be loaded up with nobody out.
Well, I am surprised. I know there's nobody out. That's why they held him up, but I thought he could have scored on that. Maybe if they were down a run, they might have pushed it. Who knows? But fastball, I'll tell you, this kid, he can hit. Doesn't try to pull, gets a fastball, hits the ball the other way. That ball's brought to probably 98, slashes it the other way. Mookie gets to it. I guess that's smart. They hold him up. Nobody out, bases loaded.
For Correa.
You see, he's getting to third. He's held him up all the way.
And Dana Levangie out. Correa in this one has struck out looking. Fly to center and struck out again.
Well, this is where you can use a strikeout. I know you can't strike him out on the first pitch, but you're looking for a strikeout pop-up.
So big trouble for Joe Kelly and the Red Sox with no place to put this guy.
Tomorrow at 3:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC, Jim, and Johnny will preview Eduardo Rodriguez's start against the Astros. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Astros with a man at every base. He starts him with a breaking ball for ball 1. Springer, Altuve, and Bregman. Correa this year 4 for 8 with the bases loaded, no home runs, and 1-0. Fly ball. Mookie Betts running to get under this, coming under. He's got it. Springer tagging, trying to score. Throw comes through, and he will score. Sprawling in at the plate. The runners move up, and Houston takes the lead 4-3.
Everybody can run on the bases that they had loaded right before that. Yeah, you're hoping for a great throw out of Mookie Betts, like some miracle throw. That ball's down too far down the line. His momentum's going that way. He's lined up on it, though. It looks doable, but he throws it up the line. He's headlong dive. He's in safe. Everybody goes up a base. Look at them go. That's heads up, and no chance.
Yep, Altuve going down to third. Bregman second. Now the infield is in for Tyler White. 0 for 2 with a walk. And he scored a run in the 7th inning when they overtook the Sox briefly. 3-2. Red Sox tied it at the bottom of the 7th inning, and now the Astros back in the lead. White a little bit of pop. He's hit 11 home runs. That'll skip away, and that's going to bring in a run on the wild pitch in to score Altuve. And a little breathing room now for Houston, 5-3.
Yeah, that's the problem when you have a breaking ball that he throws that, I mean, this ball is going to hit the ground. You don't know where it's going to go. That knuckle curve hits the ground, goes the opposite direction off his mask. I mean, it's really not a whole lot to how to smother that thing. It's almost impossible.
Bregman advancing to third. Still only one down. Now a fly ball of decent depth can bring in another run.
Yeah, looking to punch out White right here, but you're afraid of that knuckle curve, I tell you that.
Two fouled away.
Little change up.
Tyler Thornburg getting going in the bullpen. The bullpen tonight has been charged with 3 runs in the last couple of innings.
Working hard, trying to save that run.
Did not get the call. 99 off the corner, according to James Hoy. Springer led off the inning with a base hit. Altuve following with a base hit. They both scored. Bregman then singled. He's now at third. And a 2-2 from Kelly. And a line drive into left field down for a base hit, and another run is in. Bregman will score. That'll make it 6-3 Houston. And that's when you really hear the Astro fans in attendance.
Well, yeah, I tell you what, he didn't want to throw that curveball in the dirt, I guarantee you, and he kind of hung it right there. You see this breaking ball, and he's afraid to throw a biter and sort of leaves it. White stays on it, but the ball's up a little bit. He stays right on it. Good piece of hit and line drive left field, and he just couldn't hold that run.
That'll bring up Gurriel. Red Sox pen get knocked around tonight. Gurriel has singled and doubled, and he's also lined out to right, so he's been trouble all evening. Still only one away. That's a strike called.
Kelly's just inconsistent, you know, good pitch, bad pitch, good pitch, bad pitch, sort of. And you see the velocities, but that's just not it. I mean, inconsistent breaking ball.
There's allowed 4 hits in the inning. Six runs on 8 hits for the Astros, 3 runs on 6 hits for Boston. Here's the 1-1. Josh Reddick on deck. And a rally in the last couple of innings has quieted Fenway, with the exception of the people in orange. Kelly's 2-1.
Got to go at him here.
White, tiny lead at first, and the 3-1.
Thank you.
Strike. Well, he dropped the bat, but called a strike.
This is right on the black, this fastball. I see him, Vasquez, pull it back.
Thornburg still working in the pen. And a payoff pitch to Gurriel. And he was late on that 100-mile-an-hour fastball, struck him out.
Yeah,
So,
funny swing by Gurriel.
2 down.
Boy, he beat him badly on a fastball. Ball's in the glove. Funny swing.
Reddick's had a quiet night. He's 0 for 3. We're in the 8th inning. The Astros have just untied the ball game with 3 on a slew of singles.
Couple C&I ground balls, the first 2 base hits. Bregman hit a line drive to right, and White had a nice base hit.
Josh has won a Gold Glove since he left the Red Sox. Really fine defensive outfield to get him in left field. And the 0-1 downstairs. Nice stop by Vasquez. There has been a costly wild pitch in the inning.
Kind of an errant knuckle curve. Little change up here, shook off the fastball.
Fly that one to center field, but not deep. Jackie Bradley in to put that away, but 3 big runs up there now. 6-3 Houston. .142. The Red Sox beat the Yankees 9-8. Shane Victorino and Will Middlebrooks each had their 13th home runs of the season. The Red Sox trying to come back here. The 8th inning was very good to them in Atlanta the other day. Will be taking on Hector Rondon here. Gave up a hit to a batter on Monday. He was hitting the right wrist by a comebacker and had to leave the game. He's had an outstanding season. 2.09 the ERA. Taking on Moreland. Mitch is 0 for 3 tonight. We're underway in the bottom of the 8th.
Rondon, good fastball, 95 plus with a slider.
Ian Kinsler on deck, followed by Eduardo Nunez. 0-2.
Ooh, you see 98 there. He's only given up 3 home runs this year. Kept the ball in the ballpark.
And Moreland will have time granted by James Hoy on a 3-umpire night since the early stages when Brian O'Nora got hit by a foul ball off the mask and eventually had to leave. Home plate umpire.
Pretty good changeup right there. Once again, seeing a team come into Fenway giving multiple signs with nobody on. You never used to see that.
And down he goes swinging. Mitch Moreland 0 for 4 tonight, 1 away. Ace Ticket has the best seats to all Red Sox games and concerts at Fenway. The prices and service better than you can imagine. Visit aceticket.com today. Kinsler also without a hit. Red Sox only have 6. One of those a home run by Xander Bogaerts in the 4th inning. Astros do have the lowest ERA in the American League. Ian has popped up, flied out, and struck out tonight. Socks that one to right center field for a base hit.
Yeah, that's a swing that I know. This is perfect. Giving you that base hit.
Well, you know, the Red Sox playing great baseball. NESN ratings have been so high, but another factor in our strong ratings is NESN availability. As you can see, there are more ways than ever to get NESN. To see a complete list, check out getnesson.com.
Looks like there's so many options out there when it comes to picking a provider. It's kind of confusing, really.
Well, 1-out single will bring up Nunez. He's 0 for 3. And he'll drop that one in there. Started him with a slider. Eduardo had been very hot. He's 0 for his last 11. He's hit Houston very well, though. Little number here. Pitcher trying to pounce on that. Slides, throws. He's not going to get him. That skips away. Kinsler thought about it. He darted off second. He'll go back to the bag. Being cautious there. Nunez aboard. That'll be a base hit, and the Red Sox have a couple of base runners here.
What an effort by Rondon on this play. I mean, this would have been spectacular. As soon as it's a swinging bunt, look at him go down, sliding and throwing at the same time. Throws off. You see Gurriel comes off the base. It gets away. But look at this effort by Rondon. I mean, this is something else, man. He would have made that play. That would have been ridiculous. But 2 on, 1 out.
And Alex Cora will go to his bench again in a key spot. He's going to bring Rafael Devers up to swing. Hitting for Vasquez. So Red Sox have already used Vasquez and Leon in the catcher spot. Devers batting for the first time tonight. And Kimbrel getting up in the bullpen. Red Sox looking to rally once again in the 8th inning.
Looking for that magic. You know, Devers, he can run into something at any given time.
Yeah, looking for lightning in a bottle here. Raphael activated from the DL Tuesday. He's gone 1 for 3 in 2 games since then. And he'll look at a strike.
It looked like they're just going to try to, I would think, crowd him with hard stuff.
Rondon's come on to throw 9 pitches, 8 for strikes. 2 on, 1 out.
He left that out over, but it had some hair on it.
So quickly 0-2. And he's probably going to get something elevated here.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie Bradley on deck. Here comes the 0-2 to Rafi Devers. Fly, but a foul out of play.
Well, he got the head out.
Blake Swihart, of course, available as the next man in to catch. Kinsler at second, Nunez on at first, and the 0-2 will not be made timeout.
Try to throw that changeup, see it take off.
Rondon is in absolutely no hurry. He's probably one of the slower workers in baseball. He's in a spot. Here's the 1-2. He struck him out.
Well, he didn't crowd him. He crowded him, but not with the fastball. That slider got him way out front. Pretty good spot for it. Ball's inside, swung way over the top of it. Missed it by a large margin.
Sends up Jackie Bradley, who has drawn a couple of walks tonight and scored the last time he did that in the 7th inning. Two down here in the last half of the 8th inning. One ran in for ball 1. Kinsler on with a base hit. Nunez on with a base hit. But 2 away.
Perfect spot.
Yeah.
Perfect spot for it.
And a serious fastball. And now McCann will come out to consult with Rondon. This is your chance to win season tickets now. The first 10,000 fans to arrive at Fenway for the September 12 game against the Blue Jays receive a special augmented reality baseball card. Scan the card in the ballpark app for a chance to win 2019 season tickets or a suite night. Visit redsox.com/tickets today.
I see Jackie cheat on a fastball, hit something out of here.
One from Rondon. Oh, he snatches that one and made a fine play on it. And on to first to retire the side. So nothing comes of that threat. 6-3 Houston. into the free ride sweepstakes. You'll have a chance to win a $30,000 gift card toward any Polaris Power Sport equipment from Motorcycles in Manchester. Ninth inning coming your way. 6-3 Houston here in game one. Thornburg now in. And McCann batting for the first time. Blake Swihart also in the game catching. And in there for a strike at 93. Marisnick on deck, and then Springer, who began their rally in the 8th inning. Well, Alex Cora going with Joe Kelly in that inning. Matt Barnes remaining in the bullpen. That may have been about matchups, but it certainly went Houston's way on 3 consecutive singles and another hit in that inning.
They just put some good at bats together off of Joe Kelly is what they did.
And they can do that. That one into right, out of the range of Kinsler for a base hit. So McCann keeps their hit parade going over these last 3 innings. After the game, stay tuned for Red Sox Final, presented by Rodenheiser Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electric. TC, Jim, and Johnny highlighted Mookie Betts on the Rodenheiser Heat Zone as hot. He's certainly come through tonight. Martin Maldonado is cold. He went 0 for 2 with a whiff. Marisnick at the bottom of their order is 0 for 3 tonight.
Marisnick swings at the first pitch just to stay in shape. Believe me.
So the leadoff man is on. That's been a big factor here late in the game. The leadoff man has been on base the last 3 innings for Houston. First 2 times he scored. In what was a very tight game. Looked like he swung at that pitch. He did. And the pitch into the dirt. Swing and a miss. First base umpire agrees, and Marisnick is history.
Yeah, this is a curveball that never came close to being a strike. That's 58 feet, and he's swinging. That's trying to get the head out. Can't stop it.
Well, the Sox in the bottom of the 9th inning will have Mookie Betts, Andrew Benintendi, and JD Martinez due up. You saw Osuna warming in their bullpen. And another base hit, this one to left field. So Springer is on for the 2nd consecutive time. With 1 man gone, runners at first and second.
Yeah, a couple curveballs has cost Thornburg this inning. One by McCann was like a one-handed swing, and you see the curveball again. Ball's down, good piece of hitting, really. He flicks that ball. I'll tell you what, this is a big league club. I mean, this is a team that you have to beat in 9 innings, and they'll wear you. They give you tough at bats, just like the Red Sox. You think you got them, and they keep coming.
Altuve single last time up, 1 for 4 tonight, and he would score on a wild pitch.
Altuve almost helped him out with that ball. He stopped himself. Look at him. You're out if you touch that ball, right? I don't know. Is that what he told him?
I think so.
I think so. It's kind of funny. He was going to toss the ball back to Swihart. Watch. It's like, here you go. Oops.
1-0. Nice stop by Swihart.
That's a tough part of the lineup.
Baltimore did lose 14-2 to Tampa Bay, so they become the first team in the majors to reach 100 losses tonight. And timeout. Swihart will head out. Red Sox tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock have Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound against Charlie Morton, who's a 13-game winner. Eduardo 12-3. 16-game winner Rick Porcello on Sunday night at 8:05 against the tough lefty Dallas Keuchel. And the Sox will have a day off on Monday before Toronto comes in.
Oof. Boy, he went for the downs right there. 2-0 pitch, got a high fastball, and this little guy can leave now. He's got some pop.
He's had injury issues this season, but you're right, when healthy, he's dangerous. 5-time, 6-time All-Star now. He'll chop that to third. Nunez gets the out on the force and across the diamond for the double play. Side retired. We'll see if the Red Sox have any ninth inning drama coming. 6-3 Houston.
Big play in this game, a spiked curveball that goes off of Vasquez's mask almost into the stands, makes it 5-3 at the time, Houston, and then kind of a hanging curveball that White hits into left field, base hit, scores the 6th run.
So 6-3 Astros. Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball, and the Red Sox. Bottom of the 9th inning, Mookie Betts will lead it off against the controversial closer Roberto Osuna. They got him from Toronto July 30 after he had served a 75-game suspension for domestic violence. And frankly, a lot of clubs wanted nothing to do with him. A high fly into center field. Marisnik underneath. And Mookie Betts will be retired for the first time tonight. He had 3 singles and had taken ball 4.
This young closer had a lot of success in Toronto, and we've seen him over the last couple of years as much as we've seen Toronto. Good young talent, but it was a surprise that they went out and got him, to say the least.
Benintendi is 1 for 4 with a base hit. 6 runs, 10 hits for Houston, 3 runs on 8 hits for the Red Sox. Nobody's committed an error. They are the top 2 defensive teams in the American League. Well, this one got away against the bullpen. 3 runs in the 7th, 3 runs in the 8th to snap a tie, and Houston taking the lead.
Yeah, Gurriel jumping on that fastball off of Brazier. Came out swinging. That was a big hit, I thought. Obviously, the double by Kemp was huge down the left field line.
Oh, 2. JD Martinez next. Yankees are underway against Seattle. 2nd inning, 2-0 New York. And a 1-2 from the right-hander. Can't get him to chase it.
Pretty much fastball changeup for the most part. Occasional slider.
Houston's bullpen has the lowest ERA in Major League Baseball, 2.93. Overall, they lead the majors in ERA. Knocked the other way in the line, but that'll be caught by Reddick. Well struck, but for an out. 2 up and 2 down in the Sox 9th.
We got robbed twice tonight. 5 at bats. Hit the ball to left field, what, 4 times? Got a base hit the first time. No luck since.
It's been a very solid night for JD Martinez. He has 1 hit and 2 at bats, but he has 2 RBIs. One of those came on a sacrifice fly, the other on a 7th inning single. 117 RBIs, but Red Sox are down to perhaps their final hitter in the ball game. Xander Bogaerts is on deck. This was a really good ball game for the first 7 innings.
Yeah, their bullpen did the job. You think about it: McHugh, Presley, Rondon, and now Osuna.
Astros got the big 3 in the 8th. Here's the 0-1. Osuna, the 4th man into the game out of their pen. Garrett Cole, the starter, went 6. He allowed 2 runs, 5 hits. Red Sox got a dynamite effort out of David Price tonight. Once again to the 3rd baseman, scooped up by Bregman, and that'll do it. Red Sox go 1-2-3 in the 9th inning, and Houston takes game number 1. TC the final tonight, 6-3.